Hello, hello, welcome to Quackalope, and today we're going to be diving into the first ever gameplay I've done for Kingdom Death. And that's because at Gen Con, the Vignette of Death was released, which is a one-off showdown that can tie into a larger settlement storyline, but we figured this would be a good way to kind of get things up and running instead of committing to a full 60-hour campaign. I'm with a few friends. I have one hidden off here in the corner that's only revealed through one angle, so you can say hi.
Hi, Mark. I'm playing Gadrock.
It instantly transformed into a sitting around the table talking about our problems sort of narrative. Hi, I'm Jesse. I'm addicted to Kingdom Death. I thought I'd come to you for support. So we are diving into the Vignette of Death. We already have everything set up here. We've each been through our player boards and our character sheets. We have two individuals that have never played Kingdom Death before. Mark is a little bit more familiar. You guys are welcome to cut into if you want. But Mark is a little bit familiar with Kingdom Death. He has owned and played. I have played quite a few Lantern Years. That doesn't prevent me from making mistakes throughout this gameplay. I am sure someone will go through every single turn we make and put a comment down below talking about the moves that we could have done better. So keep an eye out for that. Whatever the case, we've set you all up with a decent understanding of your characters. The player boards.
Decent is a
understatement.
It's gonna be.
I think it's accurate.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Okay, I don't feel confident in my teaching abilities. Okay,
and I get an extra.
I've got a Gax
move.
thing
that's true.
I'll do as
Where's
well.
that?
That's true.
Which feels like an imaginary weapon. I've never heard of the word Gax before.
No, this Kingdom Death is more real than life itself. I think. Is that accurate?
I believe so.
Okay. So we've walked them through the basics of how this showdown is going to work. For any of you that aren't familiar with, I'm going to set this down. Any of you that aren't familiar with Kingdom Death as a whole, Kingdom Death is a settlement building game. So this is one part of what the larger kind of expansive Kingdom Death game is like. In Kingdom Death, you'll be doing things like going out, hunting a creature, getting resources, bringing them back to a tribe of people, building up your home settlement location, upgrading your gear grids, which are normally divided. In this showdown, we have kind of printed out cards that tell us exactly where our survivors are during this moment in their story, and then going on hunt events, going through kind of the lore, the narrative side of the game, and then going on another hunt, killing another creature, bringing that creature back. Just for reference, just so you both are 100% clear, we are not the heroes in this story. We are kind of weak. We are the weakest creatures or weakest monsters in this entire world and lore. I know you're going to comment on
just
monster.
Just say monster one more time.
I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to commit.
Are we monsters?
We are.
I'm Herman.
So we
I'm a promising youth.
We are very human-like monsters, but everything in the Kingdom Death world is a monster.
Okay.
And we are the weakest among them. So while we have the ability to create and craft and hopefully survive, in a core game and probably in this gameplay, there is a solid chance that at least one, if not all of us, will be slaughtered eventually.
In a glorious death.
In a glorious death. So
Sounds good. Object of the game. Don't get killed by the lion. Don't
Yeah.
bleed to death.
Hide in the grass
Hide in the grass.
And kill the lion.
and kill the lion.
Kill the lion.
Yeah.
It's simple as can be.
So,
Just like real life.
if you all want to very quickly introduce your characters, who you're playing, and just briefly what type of weapons you have, or as far as you understand them, I'm then going to read a little bit of the lore so that we can set up this showdown, and then we'll start hunting a lion.
All right, I'm Dan. My character is Brechia of Deadrock. She has a full complement of leather armor. She's got a whip. She's very proficient with her whip. And she has a Mighty Strike fighting art, in which case, if I get a perfect hit, I get extra strength.
Cool. I'm playing the Rock Knight. I have a Skullcap hammer. I have interacted with the Kingsman a few too many times because I have a few different regal armor pieces, which is bad news down the road, but right now it's all right. I'm wearing all bone items, which allow my bone earrings to kick in, giving me +2 speed and +2 strength if I'm insane, which I currently am. And I am carrying around a Lovelorn Rock. which is just a beautiful stone that I fell in love with that I'll never leave.
It looks like a delicious chunk of salmon.
It might be. It also might be a delicious chunk of salmon.
Good thing we just ate. I'm Corinne, aka the Hungry Basalt. I have a full set of Gormant armor, which is made of Gorm skin, and that allowed me to get some extra shielding on all my appendages. And my weapon is a Greater Gax, which I have like a double strike with, and then an ability to move back every time I strike. Also, these boots are like hover boots, so people can move through me.
That's a fair description. I think I'm going to imagine you hovering throughout the entire.
I think that's why they're like floating off.
Okay.
So I'm Mark. I'm playing Gadrock. He's apparently an ill-tempered and vocal, and I have the full White Lion set, fighting with some Beast Knuckles and the Horn of Gorn to try to encourage everybody to stand up from time to time. And my fighting art is the Orator of Death.
Cool. Now, I did just realize something that I wanted to do that I should have had when we were walking through. Each of our player cards has a little bit of text kind of describing their storyline before coming to the settlement piece. Let's just have each of us go through and read that little blurb of text there.
This one
right
here?
on the bottom, yeah.
All right, so Brechia is a whip specialist, level 3. She has a mighty strike and 5 hunt XP. Whenever she returns to the settlement, she is compelled to tinker. Tinker is in bold.
Yeah. And just for people that are watching this is because we're mid-campaign right now. We're probably 15 hours or so into a campaign narrative, and so these set up a little bit of the history of what these characters might have been through. The Rock Knight, from Dead Rock. Knighted by the Kingsman, the self-proclaimed Rock Knight never leaves her lovelorn rock. She is squeamish, suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder, and is a club specialist level 4. With 6 Hunt XP, King Step, and Clutch Fighter, she has an unhinged determination.
So Hungry Basalt, also of Dead Rock, with just 1 Hunt XP, is the most promising youth in Dead Rock. The community trained him well, as he is prepared for the challenges of the hunt.
First to die. Rookie.
Yeah.
Fresh meat.
However, the weight of their hopes hangs heavy on his broad shoulders, leading him to a binge eating disorder.
I like that your mid comment was, he's gonna die immediately, and then the next line is like, we're really hopeful that he won't. Like, we really need this guy to do stuff.
Totally gonna die.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Is 1 Hunt XP good or bad?
No, that means
It
he's
means
been
you
on
haven't-
one hunt. He's literally gone out to fight
Oh.
one other quarry monster, so the Screaming Antelope, a White Lion, a Phoenix, again, depending how far in the traditional campaign.
Got it.
So he's kinda young.
So I think the emphasis on that wasn't great. It was like, I was really excited that I had just one hunt XP.
It means you're naive. So
I could be very
that
excited.
could be
that I
good.
just
Like,
have one
in
hunt
this
XP.
world, that could
Hunt
be a
XP.
positive.
Yeah. So again, Gadrock, the ill-tempered and vocal Gadrock is proficient in Guitars level 2. He is an Orator of Death and a Hoarder. He is stalwart, has 4 Hunt XP, and despite his impressive chest scars, he has no injuries.
Nice. So one thing, just for context as well for anyone watching, our theory was that this one-off mid-game showdown would be an interesting way to kind of bring people into the world of Kingdom Death with a few people that are a little bit more experienced with the game. I can already say that it's been slightly more complicated than I anticipated, getting people up and running with their gear grids, kind of working through and getting you ready to the mid-game. Granted, you didn't have to play 15 hours to get here, so you'll be able to experience a higher level showdown immediately. But, you know, there's going to be a healthy debate between whether or not the prologue White Lion is still the best way to introduce people, or by the end of this, we'll have a sense of if, you know, a kind of Gigalion, or Gigalion, as some fans are calling it. Well, they might be right. We'll have a sense if this is a okay way to introduce new players to the game. So that's kind of what we're testing. That's the theory anyway. I will pick up the little pamphlet here.
Dan and
ready?
I were new for context. That was why they had a theory.
Yeah, yeah. The Vignette of Death. Okay. You ready for a story?
Story time!
Story time. Fantastic. Vignette of Deaths are brief oracles set in Kingdom Death Munster. The vignette is designed for a single play session and uses components from your core game. After the tale is told, its memory can change current and future campaigns. This vignette tells the story of 4 survivors from Dead Rock, stumbling upon a white Gigalion, a massive appearance of the white lion species. Using vignette survivor cards, pre-constructed vignette survivor gear overlays, white lion cards, and new white Gigalion cards, you will live the story of these survivors' final moments.
So you're convinced it's Gigalion?
It is supposed to
what
be.
Boots
It's
said?
supposed to be Gigalion, but we were talking with one of the designers at Gen Con, and he actually said that he liked the pronunciation of Gigalion as well. So
That's interesting though, because some of the cards, like that one, literally says Giga.
yeah, so it's specific. It's specifically supposed to be
Gigaclus.
Gigalion.
Okay.
I believe those are
But
Gigaclus.
the same thing with like some of the misspellings and like Spidicules and stuff like that. I'm okay with adapting it to
Okay.
Gigalion. I think that sounds cooler than
And
Gigalion
it got me
personally.
screaming, they're wrong.
No, I'm gonna leave you in screaming they're wrong.
Alright.
Let's see. Where's our story in here?
It's the one right before
right
that
here,
sets
right?
it up, kind of what it is. Top of that page, I believe.
Yeah.
I did really like that it ended with our final moments are going to be captured in this game.
I'm glad you noticed that.
Gives me lots of hope
Yeah,
for
it
how this is
doesn't-
going to go.
It doesn't seem to indicate that this is going to be good for us.
No, it's gonna suck.
Vignette: The Gigantic Cat. The survivors from Dead Rock.
Gigantic.
Gigantic. Gigantic.
The survivors from Dead Rock had lost their quarry's trail. Starved and worn, they hid from the oppressive dark in a stony nook. Depression and anxiety filled their silence. Time passed. Their prostrate. What is that? Prostrate?
They're prostrate bodies.
Prostrate bodies, not.
I feel like that should be. You should keep that one in there. There's your
Their
first.
prostates are
Their
sweating.
prostates.
They're
I
prostrate.
don't have one, so I'm good.
But that prostrate bodies, right? That's
Prostrate, yeah.
prostrate.
Not a
Not
prostate.
pop, not.
Prostrate. It just looks so weird.
I bet.
I've never used that word in sentences.
You just say their bodies.
I have a feeling this one's getting reread.
Their prostrate broad.
Sorry, that's not.
Their prostrate broad. Their prostrate. I'm gonna mess up that word every time now. Their bodies drained of hope. Their bodies drained of hope. Restless, the mad survivor caresses her rosy rock and whispered. Depression made sense of nonsense. With a grim twinkle in their eyes, they set out. They came upon a mountain of hissing phlegm and slipped through a dried crack. They found a razor-sharp wall of stone fingernails and used their cloaks to soften their ascent. The ground spun beneath them and they vomited as they stumbled onward. Finally, a blasted field opened before them. Atop a weathered stone, slickened with rotting flesh, rested a white lion, larger than any they had seen. Its massive face turned in their direction, nostrils flaring. They felt the air flow past as the monster inhaled their scent. They had found what they sought.
Why are we looking for this?
Because we have to hunt to survive.
And they were looking for their grave also. it sounds
That's
like.
true. We decided to just kind of venture into the darkness
As you
As
caressed
also
your
like a
rock.
part of the
as I
game.
caress my rock. Yeah. There's also a little bit of flavor around what the white Gigalion is, or Gigalion. So I'm going to give a little bit of context to that, because I actually found this part really interesting as well. There was once a white lion cub whose belly yawned with hunger. It pushed into the gathered pack and always ate more than its share. Resentful, the pack nipped at its haunches until they bled, but the cub's hunger never relented. The monster grew so large that the bites of its kin no longer penetrated its hide. Their resentment turned to dread, so they banished it. The monster cried for the love of its pack, but they turned their shimmering manes away in unison. Perhaps it was a lifetime of deprivation and insults. Perhaps its family's intuition was right. It devoured them before wandering into the darkness, doomed to never find another like itself. So this guy we were facing
Yes, ate his entire family.
ate his entire family before he left.
Yeah.
So
With impenetrable hide, apparently.
yeah. So we're off to a solid start.
Well,
think
to be
he's-
fair, they bit him first.
Okay. I mean, let's just justify the acts of the Gigalion right before we slaughter him.
You're confident.
I think we can do it. I'm always confident. We got this, guys. I mean, like we can't end your first experience with Kingdom Death with like being slaughtered horrifically. That wouldn't be appropriate for this game.
No, I think the phrase was
It was at the very beginning.
what I think the phrase you were looking for was our final moments.
Okay.
We're gonna live our final moments here.
Yeah. Well, let's experience the final moments. We start off with the White Lion, right? So we'll draw from the AI deck and see what happens. Smart Cat.
The standard start card for this.
So this one was preloaded at the top. Reveal the top 10 AI one card at a time. Put the first 2 mood cards revealed into play, then shuffle the deck. This is bad.
Yeah.
So mood cards are static effects that like create the personality
those
of
two
this
over
So
there.
they're
creature.
kind of like these traits started.
Yeah, like the things we talked about at the beginning. That
So the first one is not a mood card.
But we get to
two.
essentially see everything.
Well,
that's
it's gonna
gonna
get
happen
shuffled.
to us.
we do get a sense of what's in there
Three.
though.
Oh, there's a mood.
Okay, bloodthirsty.
That's not good.
And you still keep going 10 cards deep.
So that's 4.
Because it's all cards. There are 10
Five.
cards in there.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, and we hit another mood.
Okay.
How many
And
more
I
cards are
Lied
in your
to
hand?
us.
There's still
I
another
thought there was
5,
only
so apparently he has
supposed to be-
15 life. I lied to you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Kingdom Death.
So that AI, let's see.
So read it.
This
If
character,
no mood cards are drawn, they are. And archive Smart Cat. So Smart Cat's going to get set off to the side. And the mood cards that when we brought 2 out. When this comes into play, draw an AI. Okay.
Were you supposed to shuffle all of them together?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. When a survivor suffers a damage for any reason, place 1 token on Bloodthirsty. At the start of each monster turn, if Bloodthirsty has 3 tokens, remove all tokens and perform a basic action. So this will basically, if 3 damage has been taken by any of us, he'll get to just do an extra attack. So it'll ramp up kind of quickly. Next, alert, mood. When a survivor moves into a space within the zone of death, stop their movement, they gain the priority token, discard alert, and perform basic action. The zone of death is
Everywhere.
everything around him.
but that's when you move into it from out of it.
When we move into any space in it. So if any of us move right now, we're going to get the priority target token, which means he'll target us next turn, and he's going to perform a basic action against us.
Do we have the monster AI card? So whoever controls it gains an insanity if they attack themselves.
We're gonna remember who is. I didn't pull it out.
I got one. Here you go.
We can
There's
cycle
the-
it. We can cycle that.
You're
Awesome.
the monster AI controller.
When the monster is knocked down, we discard alert. So we're gonna have trouble moving. Period. Until we knock him down.
Okay.
That's a horrible one to
Are
start with.
all of us going to be moving before
Immediately.
You'd think.
him, and then wouldn't all of us get the priority token, and thus none of us,
Only
or one of
one
us?
Only
person.
one- only
so
one
basically,
would.
whomever we choose to attack or to move first will become the priority. And so normally in a regular game, you have the monster controller, and it rotates around.
Mm-hmm.
So Jesse, he draws the AI deck. He controls the monster for this turn. If he attacks his own character,
I'd
he
gain
gains
an
an insanity. But he can choose to attack anybody as long as
But
it
based
follows
on
the rules.
that card, if we each go,
We need to stay
it's
still.
gonna be 4 basic attacks.
We'll see.
Yeah.
in
'Cause
that first
I-
round, basically.
he's about to grab somebody in full move anyway.
So he's going to do some stuff right
Okay.
now, which will change the layout of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Needless to say, like we don't want 4 basic attacks against every single one of us. That's a bad way to start this game.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out how to handle that, basically. Your whip, though, can get rid of a mood. So your whip could get rid of that
On a perfect hit.
on a perfect hit. So the odds are not for you, but they might be the best ones we have.
Perfect hit being this lantern, right?
Yes.
The thing he drew, pick target, closest threat facing in range. So facing is going to be like this. Closest threat facing in range would be like this. closest threat in field of view would be everything except his blind spots. So he's going to target me, I believe. Yep. So he's going
Give
to...
yourself an insanity just right now.
Yep. He's going to move and attack target. So, what's his movement, by the way?
6.
So he has movement of 6.
Oh, 8.
8. Okay.
Move 8, toughness 10, speed +1, damage +1.
Okay. So he moves forward. He has a speed of 2, an accuracy of 2+. I have, well, let's see. I also get 2 speed and 2 strength tokens. So I'm going to indicate these real quick. But I have no evasion because I'm not in the grass. Now there is a flow here. So when he moves, I could step over into the grass, but that would trigger that.
I also feel like we're going to need a lot of our dash because, again, his main trait
So just
is
take
where he grabs people and full moves away.
Yeah.
And
So
we're
just
gonna be
take this one for now.
I think we're going to be constantly chasing after him, and you're going to need it.
So speed 2, that's 2 dice. He has a accuracy of 2+. So
rolling ones.
those are not ones. Damage is going to be 1 to 2 different locations because those are 2 hits. So I roll these square dice. I have 1 to the hand, 1 to the body. I have no armor on my hand because my character's set up like that. So I'm going to have to spend a survival action to dodge that. No, it'd be 1 light wound. I'm going to take the light wound.
Just take it.
So I'm going to take 1 light wound to my arm. I'm going to take 1 damage to my body. And then that resolves. But double. What does he do at the end of his turn? Go ahead and you can read those.
So he has the vicious trait. At the end of each monster turn, the monster extends its giant hooked claws. Target all adjacent survivors. Full move the white Gigalion away from all other threats. All targets suffer grab.
Yeah,
So
and
you're right now the only adjacent. So when you suffer grab, place the target knocked down in front of the monster or as close to an unoccupied space as if impossible. They suffer star damage to a random hit location, which would be level 2.
here's the problem. If I move, right?
It immediately stops.
If I move, he's going to do a basic action against me, and then will he resolve that again?
It just says at the end of each monster's turn, so at the very end of his turn.
So this
I
is
thought
the
you
end of
couldn't-
his turn.
Yeah.
I could move and
But you
He'll
can't
take a
move
basic
during his
action
turn.
against you, but I don't think
I
it's
can
his
I can
turn.
do it. I can dash.
So
Oh.
you
So
do
I
you
use
do
a
have a
survival
break,
action.
so you have an opportunity to do an action right there.
I feel like a basic action against me though is going to be
His basic action is a speed 2, accuracy 2 plus for 1 damage.
I feel if I move, he's going to target me because of the zone of death. So there's even if I move, his basic action's still going to go after me.
So the advantage though is when he does his for his thing, when he grabs you and moves away from other threats,
Yeah.
he's not going to go too far. But are you also going to suffer collision or something if you run into the edge of the board? I forget what that rule
No, I
is.
won't suffer collision at the end
What
of the edge
about
of the board.
what about if you run into the tall grass?
Well, that's what I was going to
If
do.
you're standing on a space occupied by tall grass, you disappear into it. If you have the priority target token, remove it.
So
You're
that's
not a threat.
that's
You
only if I
attack
spend my
out of it.
action there to hide.
Oh,
But I
okay.
also do gain evasion, so it would make his basic attack a little bit less impactful.
But I think you literally can't move.
I can if I dash.
Because is this like during a move?
It just
part
basically,
Of the turn?
well, what I see this as it gives him a free basic attack, but then we do discard alert, so you would get rid of it.
We discard it if we do that. Well, then let
It
me
might be worth it. 'cause
go
like that is-
ahead. Let me go ahead and do that. So, I think I'm going to resolve this correctly. I'm not entirely sure. The question would be: so he moves whether or not he has someone to grab. That's what online has determined.
Okay.
Because it says target all adjacent survivors, and then there's no like if there's an adjacent survivor, it's just full move the white Gigalion away from all other threats. All targets suffer grab. Here's the assumption I'm making. When this flow starts, if I move here,
You're
it-
no longer adjacent.
but will it interrupt his it would interrupt his final
So,
action.
but again, you have the break there explicitly to do.
Here's the problem though.
thing.
If I move, it interrupts this at the same break, resolves this and then goes back to this to end his turn, I would still be adjacent. He'd still grab me and move. So I just need to stay. I just need to stay there.
Embrace the suck.
Yeah. Okay. So he's gonna full move the white Gigalion away from all other threats. All targets suffer grab. I'm gonna suffer grab. His movement is 8. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4,
So full
5, 6, 7, 8. That's as far away as he can get. I'm knocked down here. I suffer 2 damage to a random location. 2 damage to the foot. I wish there was... I'm like looking through to see, is there anything that keeps that from happening? I don't think so. That's the end of the White Lion's turn.
Yep.
Now it's our turn.
Yep.
We're all really far away.
We are. It sucks. I cannot get close enough to get into range for anything. All
you have to do is get into that range there, and he'll come to you.
So that
That's a way to look at it.
and it won't be the end of his turn, so it won't trigger this.
Right.
What
So the Giga Claws.
what does that to do again? Remind me.
Whenever the monster collides with a survivor. So
Okay.
you didn't collide with.
No.
He didn't collide with you,
Yeah.
right? He's grabbed around.
He's grabbed me.
Whenever it collides with a survivor, it snags them with its hooked claws. They suffer grab. This does not, but that you can't suffer multiple grabs.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when the survivor suffers grab, did you suffer grab?
I did suffer grab. Yes.
Oh, so there's different rules for grab depending on which action it does.
I don't know what's that say.
So this grab says whenever you suffer grab, roll 1d10 on a 9+. They get skewered and suffer bleed 1. This one just says for grab, place the target knocked down in front of the monster or the closest unoccupied space. If impossible, they suffer star damage to random hit location.
So I'd say those are 2 specific types of
Grabs.
grab. One
Alright.
is he's pulling me away. The other is because it's like a collision.
He's just clawing the hell out of
Yeah,
you.
he's just like raking you as he goes past.
So we're all going to take hits. If we want to get him in range, if I move into his range of death, or what is that thing called? The mood, the alert.
Yeah,
Zone
he's
of
a
death.
zone of death, which
That
is
would pull
4
him.
spaces. So it'd be here.
Is there a way we can get somebody to move into his zone of death
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
to where he moves, though, that he's then adjacent to other people that can hit him and back away?
So that's what I'm saying. I can, if I move my guy into 4 to that top corner, it would move him towards me, right? Which would then bring him in range of the other 2.
So you'd go
I
like...
have a range move of 5.
Right, but
So I will stay as far away as I can.
But for us, well, it doesn't matter, because if you get into his range, he comes to you.
Yes,
right?
and then now he'd be in the range of the other 2 characters.
But we'd have to move, and then he'd take it basically.
No,
Because
because this will
this gets
go
discarded.
away when he...
Once it alerts,
It only happens once. We didn't realize
It was
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's much better.
Yeah, it is.
So that's what I'm saying. So I can just,
Okay.
someone's going to have to embrace the suck. I can be the one to embrace the suck this turn.
Well, who's the beefiest as well?
Most heavily armored.
I have 3 armor. When
I have 4 on everything.
So
But
I'd say
no one's going to... Would that bring him in range of me? Can I reach with a speed movement of 5?
you should be able to, as long as one of them hits this zone.
Okay.
You'll be able to, because
Then why don't
it's
you guys suck it
it's a
up?
zone of 4. So 1, 2,
Oh my
3,
god,
4.
rookie, you're up.
So one of you 2 needs to cross this line.
Yeah, that makes more sense too, because then you'll be stood up for your next turn. Oh, well, you'll still be chasing them. It won't matter.
Yeah.
You said
Someone could stand me up though, and I have bone darts, so I could throw those.
I kind of want to keep the dash. I think that's what we're going to need to chase
Well, you
them
could.
up.
Okay, so just
So,
not use
I
survival
think
for
we keep
as
survival
little as possible.
and unless I'm wrong, then we just...
You had said we can't attack, move other than using like a dash or a bonus or something.
Mm-hmm.
But can you, if you start your turn adjacent to him, can you attack?
You could
and then
attack him.
move?
Yes.
You absolutely can. Yeah.
Because I still wonder if there's a benefit to luring him in to some place where he'd be next to everybody. But I guess it's still only 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So that's
we can get
that's what we need to do. Yeah. This is our spot. So which one of you wants to move forward
Could
first?
I block?
You
and then
wouldn't
move?
be able to because you can't.
It says spend an action. Can I do my action first, which is spend my action?
Yes.
Interesting. Yeah, because there are some. There's some shields that require you to be like static to block, but the round leather shield, I guess you can. I guess you could set up to block and then move forward.
Last until my next act. Is a movement an act?
That's a good question.
Or is an act a
I'd say
move?
I'm going to rule that an act is a full sequence of stuff.
It's all right. The
Let's see
internet will
if it's-
correct you if you're wrong.
That's
Well,
true.
if you need to, you can also look.
Double check
There's
this.
a pretty good appendix in the back.
Oh, let's see.
And this is where your editing gets out. Well, actually, this is
The part of a
this is-
survivor's turn in which an individual survivor gains movement and activation.
Okay,
an
so that's their
act?
whole act.
So an act would be that whole little pocket. So
Yeah.
with that leather shield,
Yeah.
you can actually set up to block and then move forward towards him, which isn't a
yeah,
bad.
do that.
All right. I'm gonna spend my lightning bolt to ignore one hit the next time I'm attacked, which is gonna happen when I move. I cannot block more than once per attack. That's fine. Okay. And now I have move of 5.
And
Do I
this-
have to move all 5?
No, and you won't be able to actually, because this is the line where he's gonna freeze you
Yeah,
and
he's gonna
come
come at you.
after you.
Is it better
So,
to get him more
was
that way
gonna
closer to my
say-
character, leave him
So
more
1,
closer to
2,
you?
3, 4, 5.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And so with the trait, so basically, or the mood, sorry, their movement stops. They gain a priority
Yep.
token, and then you discard the thing and perform basic action. His basic action is pick closest survivor and target in field of view. Speed 2.
I wasn't in field of view.
I
Are we-
think.
You were in field of view. Field of view is everything
Okay,
except his
got it.
blind spot.
Got it.
So basically, it's move and attack the target with a speed 2, accuracy 2 for 1 damage.
Is it better
Gotta
for
roll it.
him to
Do
come
you-
that way or for him to go
I'm
that
still
way?
AI controller until he
So
starts.
my
again.
question was more, as you're recording, can you see these on your video?
Yeah, so we have the whole table.
No, I mean, like, physically, will you be able to see the white on black?
Probably we'll also tell people what the numbers are.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Go for it.
But we can, okay. So speed 2,
Yep, speed 2, accuracy 2 plus 1 damage.
speed 2, accuracy 2+, so it's going to be 2 hits
Okay.
for 1
What is-
damage each, but this will block one of them.
Correct.
So let's determine where those are.
And then which one I want to block,
Both to the chest. So
Alright.
you'll do,
So
one
one
will
will
block,
chest.
but you'll do 1 damage to your chest.
which is my body, right?
Yep,
And so then I turn my 4 into a 3
yep.
And
because
then-
it was only 1 damage.
I
That's
can,
not-
if you're concerned about those dice, I can share some of those with you.
That's
They
what's
may
making-
be
it's your
harder.
video, so I just went to
No,
the
you're right,
ask.
and those may be harder to see than
Yeah.
those other ones. Okay, so that's gone.
I'm sorry,
That's cycled back in.
And so now the other 3 of you have things to do, right?
Am I in range to do my 3 move and pounce
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
in a straight line?
No, because that's not. He would need to be over. No, he takes up
Yeah,
3
he
spaces.
He takes up
Absolutely.
He's bigger than the old white
Yep.
line.
Yeah.
All right, so I can.
And remember, I'm hovering at all times.
So I can use both my my activation and move to move 3 spaces in a straight line. And then, if you move 3 spaces, activate a melee weapon with a strength of +1
Okay.
is what pounce essentially does because of my white lion coat.
Okay.
And then also with the gauntlets, when you pounce, I gain +1 accuracy for the next attack. So right now I get +1 strength, +1 accuracy. And
Can we pause for a second?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan, are you able to go in and are you going to be standing in that spot and blocking
am
Dan at all?
He
No,
can
because
move
I can
around
go.
me.
I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then attack, and then at the end of my turn, I
He's
have
gonna
an
back
ability
up
where I
one.
can back up 1.
So you and I are going to be grabbed and run away with, but he won't.
Well, you probably dash out of the way
Maybe.
and just let him run past you for. We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see. So anyway,
I don't
so-
quite know how to deal with this guy yet.
Me either. That's what makes it so much fun when you fight a new monster. All right, so I have
Yeah, I don't have enough. I
+1
wouldn't be able to
strength
dash out
with
this
the white
way.
lion coat, +1 accuracy for the gauntlets,
Okay.
and I thought there was something else. Oh, with the white lion armor, I gain +1 speed and +2 strength when attacking with the daggers.
Okay.
So that's a total of +3 strength, +1 speed, and +1 accuracy.
All right.
So, sorry, and so his toughness, what do we say,
It's
is
10.
10. And so the speed on the knuckles is a 6+. No, wait, sorry, Jesse, brain fart.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the 2 or the 6+?
Your speed is going to be the top one.
It was the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits on
But
the
a
6.
+1 speed, so you get a second dice.
So you'd roll. He'd roll 3.
dice. All right.
Where's it? Because it was 2 there with a 1 modifier.
Yep.
Okay.
And then so
Accuracy will modify that second number.
and so the accuracy was plus
Plus 1, I believe.
So I hit on a 5 plus.
Okay.
And then strength next. So that's
Nice.
3
hits.
5, 9, and a 6.
3 hits.
Okay.
So now when we do this, we draw all 3 hit locations.
Yep.
If I hit the trap,
Cancels all
cancels
of them.
all of them. So that's where it's kind of dangerous to hit multiple times. And then we solve them in any order I want.
Yeah. So that's the good thing. He gets to
Okay.
look at them and
Awesome.
determine where he wants to target
You
first.
can do the trap last.
You couldn't trap cancels them all. But
Oh.
if there's, for instance, a failure specific one,
Okay.
you could save that for last.
Okay.
So I drew Strange Hands, Beast Small, and Beast Ear, all of which have a failure.
Okay.
The Strange Hands has failure. He instinctively strikes back, performs the basic action. The failure on the Beast Small, the monster roars triumphantly, roll a 1d10 with 4 plus. I suffer 1 brain damage per monster level and is knocked down. I don't want to do that because if I get knocked down, it cancels
Right.
the rest also. And then the other one, it jumps straight back. So without turning or moving, he jumps straight back, and I lose all of my other attacks as well.
So you don't want to do that one.
So I
Yeah.
want to do this one first.
Yep.
So I'm going to do Strange Hands first.
And what's your strength modifier plus your weapon damage?
So
I think it was 3.
2 strength here.
And because I pounced,
Yep.
I get plus 1 strength there.
Okay. Do you have any strength on your sheet?
Uh,
No. And then what's your last number on that weapon?
It's a 4.
It's a 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7 against his 10. So you need to roll a 3 or better in order to wound him. That'll work. That's
Alright.
a wound.
So we get rid of wound.
Yep.
So there's a wound.
Is that the only wound we've done
Do you,
so far?
do you keep them face down?
Yep. So we don't know what we took off.
Okay.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Okay.
All right. So now I'll try.
Can we? How do we? Is it just your stuff that can let us
It's
take
mine.
this thing
When
off?
I wound once per attack.
No, but that's
I
a
can-
great idea.
Yeah.
Like,
Because we could get rid of that.
yeah.
awful thing.
I'm so glad she just thought of that.
Yeah.
That needs to happen. I'm counting on you.
All right. So the beast ear. Should we do the beast ear or this one first?
So this one I
it
kind of
attacks
like
me
the
back.
fail.
Yeah. So first we'll do this one. Except he'll attack me back. It's not gonna fail.
Nice. You don't have any luck, do you?
No.
Okay. Luck would have been a crit.
Yeah.
I love a good
All right.
crit.
And the last one
Who doesn't?
is a fail.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
but
So on
Man.
failure, the white line jumps back without turning, move the monster 1 space directly away from me. Mm-hmm. And
That's actually good
for you guys.
great. That's
I know.
fantastic because we aren't adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I was.
Well, that worked out well.
Okay. So now
Thanks, Gigalion.
you're knocked down. So does that mean you can't do any? How
You
do you
can't
get back
do
up?
anything. At the end of this round,
At the
you'll
end
stay
of-
back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at the end of the white line's
Next round.
next cycle, I'll get back up.
Okay.
So, Dan,
it's
your
essentially like a stun kind of thing. You lose
Yeah.
a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, losing a turn sucks.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, come in and whip
All
that bad boy.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna attack. I've got with my hunter whip. Whip. I've got a speed of 3. That's what that is, right?
Yes.
Or accuracy, or
Yep. Speed of 3.
okay. So that's 3.
Accuracy of 6 plus.
Okay.
You don't have any accuracy modifiers.
I do not.
Yep. So you're looking for 6 plus for your hits.
All right.
None of those are perfect
One.
hits. Okay. None of them are perfect hits though, so you don't get to cycle. Because I believe it's only.
Well, Mighty Strike is the perfect hit. This is a wound.
Okay.
This is just a wound.
So there's your hit location.
Okay.
Find out what you got.
Beast's Temple.
Okay.
On a failure, it's a basic action.
We're not going to
targeting
fail
me.
though, so it's not even a concern.
All right.
3.
But I've got 3 strength. I have no modifiers.
So you're looking at 7.
So I'm looking at 7.
7 or better, and if you wound, we can pull that.
Oof. 7!
So was it?
Get rid of that.
So
Yeah.
why does he get to choose?
Because his
Because my
specialization,
specialization with my whip is that
a solid
instead of discarding one from the top of the AI deck, I can instead get rid of the one that's on top of
Yeah.
the discard deck.
Nice.
Or the,
Yeah.
There goes that
Yeah.
moon.
and that's big.
So there's. Finish out your turn real quick.
And then with my boots
Yeah.
at the end of my act, I can move 1 space. So I'm going to jump away.
So another welcome to Kingdom Death. We forget rules all the time.
Here's the funny thing, like,
So we're gonna go back and fix that guy.
yeah, like, totally does happen all the... Like, I probably have 150 plus hours into this game, and still, as I play, I run into things where I'm just not remembering every ability that I have, or, like, we miss things like Bloodthirsty here. Because there's a lot of stuff that just modifies your game, or the game kind of grows with you. The way that I justify it, and I know some of you aren't going to let me justify it, but the way that I do is, more often than not, I'm making the game harder for myself, which fits into the rule of death-ish. But.
And so we're going to make it harder for ourselves now.
And that was
Yep.
Yeah.
So how many damages?
I've taken one.
And then...
Wait, no, I've taken 2 separate ones, haven't I?
It says take any damage for any reason.
So...
And then Kryn's taken 1.
So there is 3 on there.
Yep.
Which means at the start of his turn, he's going to basic action. First. Before anything.
Okay. I can't read upside down. So then, vicious trait. So at the... So, sorry, it's not the end of the monster's turn.
Yeah, so we just resolved ours unless we want to encourage me to stand up to try to get a hit on him.
What's your... You have some special encouraging things. You have like 2 different encouraging things.
So mine all knockdown, non-death knockdown survivors stand and gain +1 all hit locations. But I feel like at some point he's going to just grab like 4 of us.
So we need to save that for when there's a lot of people.
Because that costs.
It is my action to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can get everybody to stand.
So the only other thing that I'm concerned about is there's the potential that this AI deck has something that targets a knockdown survivor specifically.
Oh yeah, that would suck.
But I'd say for maybe this first round...
Do I have to be within a certain...
Or maybe how much survival is there? I only have 3 survival. Maybe that's why
I have 4.
4, 3...
So she has 5.
5 because she gained some from the bone earrings right when the showdown started.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to have someone spend a survival to get you up, take it from her. Just because I feel like I don't want to spend my 3.
If I stood up though, I would probably use my bone darts. I do actually get speed 3 on them. And I could move into the grass. If she stood me up, I could move here into the grass, use my bone darts, but also he would likely target me next, which is best for all of us.
But I thought in the grass you were specially protected.
Well, I am. I have better
evasion
so I would actually want him to target me next.
And then do you want to be next to it, or do you need to be 1 away if you're ranged?
It doesn't matter because ranged is range of 6, so I could be right next to him with ranged.
Still 3 little darts.
Or I could use this. I could use the skull cap. On a perfect hit, he'd gain -1 speed, which wouldn't be terrible either.
I'd say move in the grass and cap him.
I like it.
Okay.
You'll also
Let's go.
What do you say to encourage me? She wasn't expecting that. I love the silence. The silence echoing throughout this field encourages me to stand up.
Because that would be what I would, how I would encourage you.
Quack.
There you go.
Quack.
Is that encouragement enough?
Quack. Quack. And he finished the flying V. Look at it.
I instantly regret asking that question now.
He's at the end of his...
It's not
his turn. We're still going.
So this is our turn.
So I stood up. I moved into the grass here. I'm going to skull cap him. So I have 4 speed.
That's not good either.
Hitting on a 7+, so hopefully only like 1 or 2 of these collide. Just because...
You don't want to hit the trap? Is that why?
Yeah, I don't want to cycle through it too fast.
Okay.
And on a perfect hit, he'll gain -1 speed. So let's see here. None of those are perfect hit. None of those actually collide. So we'll just... Yeah, that's coming to you now. It's actually coming your way, though. Because you are now...
Are we doing counterclockwise for the monster controller?
We could do clock. I mean, I don't...
It doesn't matter.
That's fine.
Alright, so select for consistent. Alright, Corinne, you ready to control the Gigalion?
The Gigalion.
I veto that name.
She's French.
No.
Gigi.
Gigi has a terrifying roar.
Gigalion.
We show up and she's just like sipping some tea. And, you know.
I have just eaten my entire family.
It's not quite the French accent you got there.
It also completely destroys the ambiance
Also,
of the
the
game.
French don't eat tea. don't drink tea.
They also, I assume,
Little
don't consume their...
espressos.
I'm just, stereotyping the entire European continent.
Great.
So what's the card do?
Intimidate. All right. All non-deaf survivors, that's all of us, intimidate all targets. Roll 1d10 per target. So that's all 4 of us.
All of us grab one.
All right. If the result is 2+ and is higher than the target's courage. Which one's courage?
So courage is...
If you look on your little card,
Mine's 6.
Oh, mine's
mine's
3.
0.
Ooh.
Mine's 1.
Mine's very courageous.
Oh, and at the start, that
Yeah.
should happen as well.
Does that happen before this?
Which is at the start of the monster's turn.
Yeah.
If it has 3 blood touches to it, can remove all of them and perform basic
So
actions.
resolve that first. So he's going to turn towards me.
If she wants him to.
No,
don't
have to.
because
to,
basic
right?
action specifies...
Closest survivor in field of view and range.
Yep, so that'd be me.
Oh, you are closest.
Yep.
I'm just going to keep these 3
Are
here.
you in field of view though?
Yes.
Okay.
Field of view is everything except his blind spot. Facing is kind of the triangle
Right.
out from...
I wasn't sure if the grass.
No,
Yeah,
It-
it
You
does.
still see
No.
Okay.
Not unless I specifically hide.
Okay.
Alright, so basic action Corinne is speed 2, so 2 dice. Attack hits on a 2+ for 1 damage.
But I am in the grass, so I have +2 to my evasion.
So he hits on a 4+, which is 2 hits.
Still hits. Okay. Perfect.
You can still evade.
Alright, so now you get to
I
roll
could.
2 hit locations. So where's
Yep.
where's the lion mauling him?
So determine. Head and waist. I will take, is it 1 damage per?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and take it.
And there's 2 more bloodthirsty tokens.
No, it's just 1, I believe, because
When a survivor suffers a damage for any reason,
a
place blood-
damage.
So you
Suffers
suffered.
damage.
Damage, right?
Yes, you suffered.
I suffered damage.
Oh, okay.
The
So-
reason I put 2 last time, because it was 2 separate instances of damage. That's at least how I'm determining it.
What were the 2 separate instances?
He attacked me, and then he grabbed me.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Okay.
Does the evasion just modify his ability to hit you, or do you
Yes.
have to like do something actively?
Evasion just modifies his ability to hit us. So, now we resolve this.
Okay, so now everybody grabs.
And what was
a
it?
dice.
It was 2 or more.
Yes. And higher than your courage.
Definitely.
So mine's higher than my courage as well.
Mine's lower than my courage.
All right. So nothing happens to you.
Okay, well,
Second line.
something's going to happen to me.
And target, which is all of us,
Mm-hmm.
or the 3 of us now, suffers 1 brain damage per monster level, so it's 2.
Mm-hmm.
And knockback 4. Sorry, knockback 6.
Okay.
So that means that all of us go like movement backwards
1, 2,
6.
3, 4. That's the extent of my
So
movement.
brain
So-
damage goes minus or
Yeah,
plus?
so she is going to collide with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we've got a
Damage minus or plus?
minus.
So your brain is like your armor for your brain is your insanity.
What does this
So
say
you're
again?
no longer insane either.
Does something bad happen if you collide with that?
Yes.
What happened when I was insane?
If you're insane, there are some cards that if somebody's insane, it does something extra worse or extra good.
Okay.
And so the theory is, correct if I'm wrong, but basically this world is so dark, so horrifying. The crazier you are, actually, the better it is.
It's like a weird balance.
Yeah.
Because some things, if
you're-
everyone's insane, then there's a chance that things just really go to
Really
to
bad.
chaos. But like
You wanna be a little crazy.
in order, yeah, you to like not break, you kind of got to have a little bit of insanity there.
I
to
mean, you're
If I
fighting
ever
this
go
thing.
less
You-
than 1.
You gotta go.
That's when you
loco
stop-
for
that's
the
when you
brain
start
damage.
taking brain. That's where you get disorders because you become
Take
so
brain
sane
damage.
that like just the horror of this starts breaking things inside your head.
Okay.
So I took 2 brain damage.
Take 2 brain
At
damage.
what point do you fill this in?
If you
Ever?
go below 1.
If you go below 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to determine collision.
Also,
So my guy didn't
Okay.
move, so my guy's cool. I'm
You're-
chilling.
Oh
Green
yeah, green
with the horn.
stays here, but red will go back as far as it can, collide with this.
I believe so.
Collision-
It's impassable.
Yep.
I double check it. It's been a couple months.
Double
since
check
I
what the
played.
stats are.
Like how much it hurts you.
I think you suffer.
I know
knockdown.
it's knockdown. I'm curious. I think there may be damage associated with it as
That's the
well.
part I don't remember. And also, do you suffer collision if you get pushed all the way to the end of the board?
No,
So
end of board isn't, but that is so it's just knockdown. So there's no damage with this.
Or the edge of the board's not.
I'm sure the edge of the board isn't.
Okay.
As far as everything I've ever played, the edge of the board just is kind of
It squishes.
more of a lip than an item. But this does knock you down.
Okay.
If only I could get encouraged.
So, Dan, did you also suffer?
I did. I took 2 right now.
In the back of my
knockback
mind, I'm
6.
sitting here realizing how many things, like, this is going to be the longest series of corrections to any of my gameplay videos. Because the fan base is really, really dedicated. They really, really know it. And they'll have time to watch through every second and point out.
Oh, and they'll know right off the top
Yeah,
of their head.
yeah.
Again, I swear. Again.
So, we've resolved all of our knockback.
And now there's a basic action.
Another basic action. So now it's going to target me.
Yeah.
Nope. Target the furthest survivor.
Oh,
range.
great.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, because are you still in range of 8?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
He sure is. Ooh.
But
So he's going to move and attack.
wait, how did he move though?
Because
The
basic
basic
action,
action is a
top of
move
the
and
flow
attack,
is identify, move to the farthest guy.
and then attack.
The
So there
attack.
wasn't like a number, like he doesn't have a number for movement.
He does have a number for
It's on
movement.
the
His
back of
movement
this.
is 8.
Oh, okay.
So it
That's
says-
why you said the 8 thing.
Yeah.
So you'll roll 2 dice.
2 dice plus 2.
Hitting on a 2+, you have no evasion.
I have 1 evasion.
You have 1 evasion. Hitting on a 3+. So just roll 1s. Those aren't.
It's 2.
Yeah. What's up with these perfect rolls for the lion?
Yeah.
Who invited her?
It's a
Bad
team player. Bad team player.
All right. So where are you hitting him? So roll 2 hit
Yeah.
action dice.
Waist and chest
I'll
or
just
body.
And that's another damage event.
Yep. For
Yep.
the blood thirstiness.
You suffer damage for any reason.
Okay.
This lion is very bloodthirsty.
And now
Now it
resolve
does the
his
vicious
very
strike.
last.
Here you
Yeah.
go. This is for you as well.
He extends his giant. So he did this instead of a basic action.
So
Well,
he
that's the
did
end.
this.
He did his basic action.
Why are there 2 AI cards here? Did you? Oops. It's okay. They just stuck together.
I would draw 2 by accident.
It's fine. Let's discard them both.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Giant hook claws. All adjacent survivors. Full move. So. Okay, so. Dan gets hooked.
Yeah. Here's the question. Dan's in a position now where he could flow. The white line dragging him farther away from us. So any of these little brief things indicate an action where we could spend survival.
Got it.
The white lion's going to grab him and pull him here, which is really bad for all of us. And especially bad for you. So this may be a good point for him to spend one of his survival, get over here into the grass,
Okay.
and just let the white lion maybe get away from us. Oh, he's still going to move, though, either way.
What dictates that he's going to move that way?
It has to be away from other threats. So if you move to the right side
If
of
you-
him.
If you kind of imagine the like hot zones
Yep.
as like it's red and then it gets cooler and cooler, he's going to move to the coolest part of the board.
But if Dan moves to the right side of the lion,
So
it's really hot right next to Dan, and so he would move to the.
So dash is
that
only
one.
a plus
No,
1.
because he's grabbing Dan. Dan no longer factors into it. It would just be this would be kind of the central hot zone.
Wait, I thought that you said that right here Dan could use a survival to do something.
He oh, that's true.
So if he
That's a good
dashes-
point. If he dashes out of
Yep.
adjacency, that's a good point.
I thought that's what you were explaining the whole time. See, I thought you were the
No.
brilliant one here.
No. You're bringing up a lot of things that I'm not thinking of, so I'm glad. Who invited her? That could be fine.
To do dash, though, how many movement do I get? My regular movement?
You'd get your regular movement. You'd spend 1 survival, and so it would push the lion off this way, which would be
But
closer
it's
to
dash
you all.
plus 1 move, so I actually get 6.
So you gain an additional move action.
Okay.
Additional
and,
move
And
action.
what are you trying to get me to do? Just go behind him so he doesn't see me?
Go on
Just don't
this
go
side.
adjacent.
I think that's smart.
So essentially, the lion is going to move away from the threats.
Yeah.
So we want
You
you as a
could.
threat to come to this
Yeah,
side.
if you come to this side, he'll run
Oh.
that way, which puts me in range to go hit him.
Okay.
So at least somebody will get a chance to hit him.
So I just move over here.
Yeah.
Just as long as
So
you're not
1,
adjacent.
2, 3.
It's really dark over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yep.
Yep, that's perfect.
6.
No, you only get 5.
What's your
Plus
movement?
1.
Nope.
Five
Plus one move action.
Move action, not move. There you are.
Oh no, it's so threatening over there. I, as the lion, I, as GG, must move that way.
So full move, right?
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So that's
Eight.
impassable.
And my survival goes down to 3.
This, I believe, can be destroyed, though. So, destructible. When a survivor collides with
Yeah.
this, stop their movement and archive it. They suffer 1 damage. When a monster passes over this, archive it.
Okay,
So he
so
just
it's destroyed.
crushed that. Okay.
I might not be able to reach him after all. Just kidding.
Well, we can get her up, and she's got a reach of 2. So she could reach him.
Yeah, definitely use your reach. Never be right next to this guy.
No, and if you just go to the grass, that would at least set you up to, like...
Yeah.
We can corner him over here.
You could
too,
also
eventually.
you could also
I was gonna
dash
say, he's
just
going
to
to keep
get...
running away from us. So the other thing we could do is we could have some, like, if I'm go, like, on this, go to...
Because he's gonna kind of get towards that corner at some point.
So,
What happens
is he
if
done
he's
with
cornered?
his...
He is done.
Okay,
he
so
just
this
stay
trait
there?
goes back here.
No, because he grabs us.
And Giga
So
Claws does
he'll-
nothing.
He'll
So
try to
fly
get
with us.
through us.
No collisions.
So now it's our turn.
So we kind of, for Giga Claws, we kind of don't want to surround him, but for him running away, we kind of do want to surround him.
Right. I'm just thinking if we all get like over here, he runs to the corner and there's not that far he can go. Next turn, we'd all be able to bum rush him.
I thought I read something where he like moved back to the center of the board, or is that only a different level?
There may be a card or something that pulls.
Alright, so maybe we just haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Should
that
have read about
specifically.
it before playing.
So, I think whoever can hit him tries,
So
but I'm not even going to be able to hit him. I mean, I kind of feel like
your range-
standing you up so you can at least get a strike on him.
Does your range count diagonally?
No.
And remind me by range
And is it only in a
because
straight line?
reach 2.
yeah,
It's not in a straight line, but it
Okay.
diagonally would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
You see.
so do we think it's worth me using a dash to get to him so I can hit him?
I also have a decent amount of survival if I wanted to do 2 moves. Decent being.
You because of your reach wouldn't need to.
Okay.
Um,
Because I have move
so
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
When did she
1,
get knocked
2.
down? Does
Yep.
she stand up yet? Or is
she doesn't because she got
Oh, that was during.
she
his
got
whole
knocked
turn.
down during his
Yeah,
turn.
roar.
I think missing a turn without getting any wounds on him is probably bad.
Okay, so Corinne and I can both hit him this turn then,
Yeah.
and you guys just start making your way back towards
So
him.
I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then can you do anything else
I'm
with
gonna
your
move here,
extra
actually.
abilities besides move? Or
Let
you
me
don't have to
see.
Activate.
I don't think I have anything like I don't have the rawhide hat or anything like that allows me to do anything. Let me check my other abilities.
Ooh.
3 or more bleed.
When adjacent to me, insane survivors gain 1 speed. I knew I had something like that. Alright. So come cuddle.
So no, but I'm gonna spend 1 of my survival to go ahead and get Corinne up.
Okay.
What are intimidate?
So the
I didn't have to take that. If my courage is higher, so I have 3 courage.
Mhm.
It was 2-star. I can ignore intimidate actions.
So you wouldn't have been knocked
Knocked
back.
back.
Right.
That's easy to.
OMG. That
That's easy
changes
to
everything.
That's easy to
right there.
undo. Yeah, I just
That
don't spend my
changes
survival.
everything.
so she can't hit. So the other thing I can also do is
And I don't
can,
get range damage either.
With what this is currently, you're going to move first.
Yes,
Yeah.
Corinne is yes.
So
The Hungry Basalt.
there's 5, and then you're going
Well,
to.
first I'm going to do a survival dash.
Yeah. Well, you could do it
It doesn't matter
at either
for me.
point, but you're going to
Okay.
move and dash to get here.
Yes.
You reduced your survival by 1.
Yes, I am.
Okay, and then you're going to use your attack with your reach to hit him in the butt.
Well, we'll see where I hit him. But
Specifically the butt.
I have 2 of these. Now, remember, I have guard, which means at the end of my attack, if I'm standing and have a shield, I can spend 1 survival, but I also have something that says I can guard without spending a survival. So I can move 3 spaces directly away from the monster and block 1 for free. But that moves me outside of where I would be helpful for adding a speed to you.
Well, here's the thing.
Because how far is your reach?
None.
Oh.
If you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it still doesn't.
If she backs
I have
one
to.
away
I have to do 3 directly out back from the monster.
3 directly away from the monster.
Yes.
So maybe don't activate that this time.
Okay.
Just because we want you to get the bonus in his blind spot, right? Okay. So you're attacking with the Greater Gax.
Yep. And I'm not gonna guard.
2 hitting on a 6+. Do you have any accuracy modifiers? I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
No. That's 1 hit.
Okay.
So hit location.
Not a trap.
First strike, that means you'd have to attack this first if you did. He does have a reflex where he's going to jump back. He's going to jump forwards.
That would suck.
Yeah, that kind of stinks.
Don't miss.
Well, no, it's a reflex. He's going to do it, period. Unless you crit.
Alright, roll a crit.
Just roll a crit.
You've been doing it for the monster the whole game.
That's true. You might as well,
Yeah.
aid us a little bit. You don't
So
have
it
any
is-
luck? None at all?
So it is a wound though, right?
It is a wound. The flabby paunch protects the monster's vital organs. +5 toughness. It's not a wound.
Because he's got.
He's got
regular
really,
toughness of 10.
He's
so
got
you
really
hit
tough butt cheeks.
Oh,
Let's
this is
see.
where
I only
his
have
brothers
4.
were biting him all the time.
Yeah, so let's see
Yeah.
here. Toughness of 15.
15.
4 is your... Do you have any strength? No. So you're 11. 9's not going to do it.
You had to crit it.
Reflex. The white Gigalion leaps into the air. Place the monster so the attacker is in the purple space. Full move the monster forward in a straight line.
So that's
Holy
gonna be.
crap.
So it's gonna grab. So that's cool though, because he's gonna bring him right next to me. Dude, you already moved though, so we can't.
So
undo.
he's going to jump. He's going to go here.
So what happens when the monster runs?
And he's
into
going to
your
run
face?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forward.
What about hitting the this thing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forward.
You just moved the back of the lion.
Yeah, because it's 5 spaces in between
Oh, I
his
see, I
his
see.
resting zones. So that's
So, but the line you have him running through the face.
he's allowed to.
That one's also. I didn't.
Yeah, it says survivors cannot move through spaces.
Creatures just kind of climb over top of it.
Yeah.
He's actually, if you look at the
It does block his field of view, though.
Not important right now.
Yeah, we're not hiding
It
behind it.
it interrupts ranged weapon attacks and monster targeting, but he can't go through it.
So he definitely collided with you.
Uh-huh.
So whenever a monster collides with the.
Oh man, maybe I should
You
have used
are-
my guard.
Oh, we just smashed you right into
Well.
the thing.
Well, this
So
would
now
have
you're
happened before. You
snagged.
could have done it anyway.
And you suffer grab. So when you suffer grab, you roll a 1d10 on a 9+. They get skewered and suffer a bleed.
It would have been a block for free though.
But you couldn't. This is the attack you took. So
Yes.
you wouldn't have been able to activate that yet because we're still in the middle of resolving the attack.
Yeah.
You basically, every time you
Oh,
attack,
'cause
you kind of
reflex.
make yourself vulnerable.
Okay,
And
this is
the-
reflex during that. So I could still
So
activate the
Crane-
guard.
Potentially, but
No.
first you
Alright,
have to
sorry.
roll a 1d. Roll the dice. And on a 9+, you get skewered and suffer a bleed. So now roll that crit. That's what you're going to do.
Nope.
Oh. No
Okay.
bleed. No, she's
No
good.
bleed?
When on a 9+,
you said 9+.
they get skewered and suffer bleed.
Oh,
She rolled
okay.
an 8.
Gotcha.
Does the other grab effect happen here?
No, it just says that specifically happens during this though. So he's not doing his trait. Or does trait happen all the time? I thought it was only...
Grab. Place target knockdown in front of the monster or in the closest unoccupied space. They suffer star damage to a random hit location.
But this is at the end of every turn.
But you said those
it
were
says.
different
I know,
grabs.
I'm checking. No, okay. So here's the problem, though. They suffer grab, period. Grab is this. And roll 1d10 on a 9+, they're skewered and suffer bleed 1. So this is just a modifier to that action.
So
But
it
you're
sucks.
still going to suffer 1, what is it?
Suffer 2 to a random hit location. 'Cause
2,
it's a star.
2 damage to a random hit location. 2 damage to your waist.
And that's the third one of these.
When I got grabbed, did I take damage to the arms? I think I only took 1 damage.
I don't remember.
Do you remember?
No, you didn't. You took the light.
So but it would have been 2 because it's his star level, right? So I'll mark the heavy. I was already knocked down, so it's just I have more damage there than. Okay. On top of that, you collide with this when you get here. So this is going to be destroyed, and you take 1 more damage to another location.
Random.
Yep. So 1 more to the waist. Welcome to Kingdom Death.
However, at the end of my attack,
But you're not
I'm
down.
not standing anymore.
Yeah, you're knocked down.
But all y'all can start hitting him.
Can
'cause you haven't done
I
anything.
say that I didn't move?
There's a lot of new information that's happened.
That is true.
Yeah, I was already up there. All right.
You weren't in the, you decided not to go on the grass?
Well,
But
because I was just moving towards him,
Yeah.
but I just kind of was doing it before you all because I wasn't going to be able to reach him anyway.
Yeah.
You can more easily attack him now, though.
Yeah,
without
should I go
having
to his
do-
blind spot for additional
Yeah.
luck, or do you want me to move next to... I cannot get to Corinne because I only have a move of 5, right? For her encouragement thing, where if I'm next to her, I get...
1, 2, 3,
Alright, so I should just move to his butt.
She's knocked down too, so I don't
1,
think
2,
it would.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'll
It says
have
when
to
it's
get
adjacent to me.
Okay.
Well, but so instead I'm going to get in the blind spot. Go for that groin. I'm in the perfect spot for
But
it.
it is where he's very strong, if you remember.
Well, this is
that
discarded.
one specifically.
Yeah.
Nope, wrong stack.
Thank you. Alright, so... Actually, was that a move of 3 to get there?
Yep.
I can do my pounce again.
Does
Okay.
it have to be directly in front of the direction?
No,
that you
no,
go?
it's
so
just next to
basically
him.
to pounce is I spend
Yeah.
both my things to move 3 spaces in a straight line. If you move the 3 spaces, activate a melee weapon with +1 strength, +1 accuracy for this, and okay.
Yeah,
So it's that whole thing again. So
Some
and
damage.
because I'm using things, I get 1 speed. So +1 accuracy and +3 strength, basically.
Plus, you're in the blind spot, which adds another accuracy.
So my accuracy goes from 6+ to
5+ to 4+.
5+ to 4+.
Yep. So you're three dice looking for a 4+, right?
It's 2 hit.
2 hits.
2 hits. 1 is a perfect hit.
I don't
That
think he has
doesn't
any
help,
perfect
though.
You don't
hit.
have any-
It's us that need
fuck.
that.
It's a trap!
Oh, seriously? Alright. The attacker is caught in the White Lion's ruse and savagely mauled. The attacker is doomed. Perform a basic action, target the attacker. So we're going to turn around here.
Okay. So the base attack is...
Basic action is going to be 2 hitting on a 2, I believe, for 1 damage each.
And I don't have anything for evasion. Doesn't someone have monster grease?
do.
Over here.
Oh, that sucks. And that's 2 hits.
For 1 damage each.
Both to the waist. Which is fine. I'm down to 1 damage there.
And there's already bloodthirsty already filled.
Bloodthirsty is already filled, so we can't add more there.
Trap reminder rules. A trap cancels the attacker hits and ends the attack. When it's drawn, a knockdown monster will stand. After the trap is performed, reshuffle the hit location deck.
So the clever boy might go right back on top.
Yeah.
Depending on how good I am with this whole shuffling thing.
Well, I mean, you've got it positioned just right, where you're shuffling it to the bottom, right?
Don't tell the camera.
I'm counting on you for...
Don't tell the camera my sleight of hand tricks.
Up the sleeve.
Yes, obviously.
I guess you're the only one left to do stuff.
And I can just move closer. I'm way out there in the nosebleeds.
There's 5. Is that satisfactory?
Yep.
Okay.
You have nothing else you can do with actions? Like you can activate Scream, Encourage, Bless, something insane that I'm unaware of?
Nope.
I don't think you can.
Sucks to suck, man.
All I can do is do survival, stand her up or
Does
something.
everybody trust my shuffling? Does anybody want to cut it?
I don't trust it, but I'm not going to touch it.
God damn it. I don't want it to be my fault. Because I guarantee the next card's a trap.
100%.
Alright, so that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm the monster AI.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Corinne, you have a question?
Bloodthirsty
Immediately, yup. Fuck. Sorry. It's your video. When a survivor, at the start of the monster's turn, if Bloodthirsty has 3 tokens, remove all the tokens and perform a basic action. The basic action is the target closest survivor in field of view. It's me again.
Mm-hmm.
And
You do get insanity? No.
well, no, because I'm not targeting
You're not-
myself.
okay, yeah.
Like, I don't have a choice here, do I? No, I do. So do I gain insanity? Because I am...
Because you are the AI controller and you are targeting yourself. I'd say so.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So what bonus does that give you?
It's
Just
extra
one-
brain.
Just one brain. Shielding.
And I'm just a little bit crazier. He hit.
Okay.
One of them hit.
Yeah, one of them hit. 1 damage to your hands.
That's fine. So does this add another token, though, to the Bloodthirsty?
Does Bloodthirsty add a token to Bloodthirsty?
Yeah, so when a survivor suffers damage for any reason, place a token.
I would say no, because you would be resolving this
Whole
and
series.
wiping the board, like,
Alright.
because it'd be 3. You'd do that, and then you'd wipe the board and start putting them back on.
It says remove tokens and
And.
perform a basic action.
So I think it happens simultaneously.
Yeah.
So you think it goes back on? Is that the ruling we're
I
making?
don't know.
Gotta make it harder if there's 2
The
options.
rule of death would be to make it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, suffer damage for any reason.
All right.
Suck, man. Now let's see.
Guys, you're not helping us.
Bat around. Pick target. Closest threat facing in range. So now he's gonna bat me around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
do.
this has an accuracy of 5+.
You could
Wait, do you get another insanity because you're picked again?
I do.
you could back up. He would still target you, but you could back up into that grass.
With the move?
another
With,
dash.
with
with
a
a-
dodge.
with- well,
Dash,
have you already
dash.
used your dash?
During my turn, I did.
During your turn, you did. The
Now
monster
this is
starts the next cycle, so you'd spend it for the next turn.
No, I didn't have to use dash because remember.
Oh, yeah, we
yeah.
decided not to do that whole
Yeah.
thing.
What's
Wait,
the
question. When you say use dash, does that mean that only once during the entire game?
No.
once during every paired monster human
Yeah.
cycle?
Got it.
Full
Okay.
round.
So basically, it's closest threat facing in range, closest threat in field of view, if none sniff. So it is going to be me because I'm closest threat facing in range.
You could maintain,
you're
and
saying
you
is-
could maintain that while backing up into the grass.
So that would give him an accuracy of 5+.
Well, wouldn't
but you're
the other
saying
one
that'll
be-
be a 7+.
Wouldn't this one be closer?
I can't get there.
No,
with 5
because
moves.
this isn't within. This isn't facing.
Yeah, so closest threat
It is
facing.
facing. Okay.
So it's me. So I see what you're saying. So he might actually just completely whiff on me. So yes, I'm going to use the survival.
He's
for
still
that.
going to grab you though.
With the grab and run,
Yeah.
and then run away from everybody even farther. So I'd say don't do it then, because he'd run even farther away from you guys.
If he's going to run from here, he's going to get both of you though if you don't move back.
Then let's move me. I mean, we're screwed.
We're screwed either way.
Let's move me so it's going to be harder for. Well, it'll make it impossible for you guys to reach him.
Unless I can get up to the stone face, because then I can just start throwing darts at him.
Okay, so
And
let's
then
just
I
do
can
it.
run and jog.
So we'll just. I'm going to use a dash. I'm going to move back into the grass,
Okay.
and that's within range of 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Okay. So he's going to move forward to get to me.
Yeah.
And then for this one, it's a speed 2, accuracy 5+, but I'm in the grass, so I have an evasion of 2.
Yeah.
So it's
7
a 7+.
plus.
Each is for damage, but it does have an after damage thing. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Both
Good.
of us.
Great. So that's kind of what we wanted.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to avoid his grab.
Wait, but it's not.
So now we do
it
the
is
trait.
his turn still.
So target all adjacent survivors, full move, like Gigalion, away from all threats, and then I suffer grab.
You're gonna go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so,
So
then
you'd
I'm
be,
knocked
like,
down in front of him.
Here.
Closest unoccupied suffers
What space is he in? The
2
one next
damage to a random
Yeah, the one
location.
right next to him.
And 2 damage to the hands, which is another.
Yeah.
And
So
then
essentially, he's just going to keep doing that every turn until we get
He's
rid of
yeah. Well, no, he does that every turn. Period. That's
Well,
a trait.
it. No, the bleeding.
The
thing,
bleed,
He's just
yes.
going to keep filling.
The
that
bleed
up
will
until
keep
we get rid of it.
cycling. His habit of grabbing us and running
unless you
away.
can get rid of that mood with your whip somehow. I thought I,
I can.
heard
If I get a perfect hit, I can.
Well, get
discard
over
one.
there, man.
You guys keep sending him the opposite direction.
You
now it's our
you were
turn.
knocked down on your turn, right?
Yeah, when she
So
tried to
now,
attack him.
at the end of the monster's turn, she does
Yep,
stand up.
Correct.
I'm going to surge and get on top of that face, or dash and get on top of that
Okay.
face. So we don't have surge,
No.
but I'm spending 1 survival to dash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's an action to get up here.
That was
A move
2
and an
moves.
action.
Is it a move and an action?
Well, you
Read the
move
card
more
again.
than.
Where's the card? Where is it?
You're
It's a action to move onto any occupied space move onto any space occupied by the giant stone face. So,
So you were
Where
2
did you
away
start?
from it when you finished your finished
Yeah,
your dash.
yeah.
You're right there.
but I'm able to get next to it because of the dash, and then I'm able to use my action
To get on top.
to get on
Dash?
top of it.
so you're using a dash to go that last one.
Yeah,
Okay.
to get on top of it, just so I'm up there because I want to start throwing my dash. Like I
So
get
you
it.
did a dash, move, and an action, and now you're done.
Yeah,
Got it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
the dash though was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your action to get on top. of
the
it.
action allows me to move anywhere on top of that stone face.
Oh.
I just have to lift myself up there. But this gives me 2 extra to my range, so now I now have a range of 8.
Is the lion gonna come charge towards you, push you off, claw you down?
He certainly might.
Unless does anybody want to encourage me to stand up, and then I can swing at him, and I'm still doing
Because
okay.
isn't he charged at his next turn?
He doesn't. Not necessarily. It just depends on how he targets things.
So whatever that AI is going
Mm-hmm.
to be. But if anybody wants to encourage me, like you were saying, we don't want to go a whole round without hitting them.
Yeah.
You could get to the blind spot.
And then I can whack away.
I might, because in the last 2.5 hours, editing aside, I've rolled the dice once, so I may as well do something.
Yeah. Yay!
Well, you got dragged away,
And I'm
then
so
it-
far away that it's like, I'm gonna.
Well, you could. If you
I may as well make myself.
You could
useful.
spend a survival on yourself to get yourself closer too.
You're going to be the monster controller soon, so you'll roll the dice a whole lot then.
That's right.
So I say stand me up then.
Okay.
So move your 5, stand me up.
And that'll put me in the grass right there.
Okay.
And
Alright.
I'll encourage you to stand up and
Yeah.
smack the lion.
And then I'll hang out and see what happens.
And hopefully
Maybe the
my,
lion will end up in the middle.
my shuffling of hit like I started, stand me up. Let's do this.
Wait, he's. If you go behind
And
him,
then
is he
you're
gonna
gonna-
sniff?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, because there's odds that he'll be able to target some of us in the field of view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. And
Do
so
I
this is the
still-
whole.
To go back to the thing that we decided that we didn't do then, am I still the designated target?
No, that
No.
usually expires after.
It expires after one sequence.
Is anybody a
of time.
designated target
Right now, no one has
not until I
priority.
hit that fuzzy groin. Could I use the move 3, or that put me at an angle? I can't see.
The move 3 would put you at the angle.
Okay, so I cannot do my special pounce. So instead, it's not a special pounce, so I don't have the
Are
attack.
you allowed to do a weird, or it had to be a straight line, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's right.
So I still have speed 3 because I'm using claws.
Okay.
986.
And so I hit on a 6+.
Hit on a
Nice.
5 because of the accuracy from behind him.
Okay,
The
so
great
it's
thing
3
is all
hits.
3 hits.
3 hits.
And alright.
Nice, no
I
traps.
don't want the impervious one.
Is it the main?
And a crit.
Pull out some tufts of hair.
Yeah, that's a dumb one. The the beast's femur and the fuzzy groin. Oh my god.
So there's a chance we're gonna rip off the butts.
I'm going for the fuzzy groin first.
Okay. Of
And
course.
it literally says you hit the monster right in the ding dong.
All right. Do it.
Oh my god, please crit.
That's a miss.
You missed.
I missed his ding dong. So I'm gonna go for the femur. So the blue lands
I
right.
wanted that so badly.
Right.
So a 9's a hit.
You don't
And
have
do
any
you have a
luck?
No.
I think the only person is
I've got
you've got
one,
one
yeah.
luck.
That's okay. So it's another
Yep.
wound, and then now for the glorious mate's impervious.
Just roll, see
so
if you pull a crit on it.
basically, I get the white shimmer mane.
No.
So that's a dumb card. So disappointed I didn't nail him right in the balls.
The best part of that card is that you become the target until you're dead. For
Yes.
the rest of the game.
And he has the persistent injury of a lost ding dong. Literally what the card reads. Alright. So at least we did a damage.
So you
I'm
want to
okay
move
with it.
forward?
Did you already move forward or no?
I've done nothing.
What are you thinking?
I could also. I could move and then spend my action to block. Just because.
Okay. Now, do you want to go this way or this way?
I'd say it doesn't matter.
Which way do we think he's going to go next?
He's
after
gonna
this?
grab me
And run that corner.
I
no.
think he's probably going to target me. Honestly.
I'll go closer to both of you.
Here you go, Dan. Catch. You're gonna be the monster AI next.
Cool.
I love the reason.
And then you're going to set up and block.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, it feels like we didn't do much.
But at least he's not super bloodthirsty. There's your AI monster.
Oh, he's not bloodthirsty, is he? Okay. So he's not going to do that thing. He's
Nope.
just going to do this. All right. So revenge, big target. Last survivor to wound in range,
That's me.
which is Mark.
It would be you.
Closest threat in field of view,
So,
no
no.
target sniff. So it's Mark. Move and attack target. 2 speed, 2+ accuracy, 2 damage.
Oof.
Trigger star after damage.
You have no evasion, right? So you're going to roll two dice,
Okay.
trying to hit him on a 2+.
He's got no evasion. Okay.
That's not what we're looking for. That's 2 hits.
With 2 strength, 2 damage on each one. Right?
What's the after damage?
The after damage, the white lion isolates its prey. Full move the white lion away from all threats. Target suffers grab.
That sucks. And there's no way for you to dodge both of these, so you're going to take damage either way.
Yeah, because I can't.
You can only dodge one. Like, if he'd only hit one, it would
Why
have
does
been
he
time to
take 2
avoid it.
damage each one?
It says
Because damage
too.
2. So roll 2 of
That's right.
these to determine where
Right.
he's...
But I didn't dash last turn. Can I do a dash? Is there any point in here to dash or no?
He would just follow you. Like, if you dashed, you could go
Yeah, he
5
still
back.
would've
He would
followed.
follow you forward. He would be a little bit closer to us in terms of where he ends his move.
No, because he'd still just grab me and run away. Anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So here comes some damage.
Waist and body.
So the body I can afford to take 2. The waist, that would give me a light wound. So I think I just take that right now also.
Yeah.
So my body's down to 1. My waist goes down to.
Oh,
I
thank
had
you.
1, so
Thank you
now
for
it's.
remembering.
But that doesn't trigger till the
How
beginning of
handy.
his next
How
turn,
handy.
right?
So,
Because that's at the start of his turn.
Yeah, so that doesn't trigger until the start of his turn.
So we can ignore it now for
So
our
now
turn.
after this, does he still do the basic move or the other stuff?
He will.
He will.
So
Well,
first,
because even though this,
Is it
he's
the
going to do
traits?
the grab here.
he's going to grab now.
Yep. Full move the white lion away from all threats. Target suffers grab.
Wait. Pause.
He
Is
grabs.
that the best? Does he have to move that way?
It's away from everybody.
It's away from us. This is the hot.
Well, it's really, really hot right next to where Mark's at. And so moving this way kind of gets him less hot,
No, because he'd be
too.
coming towards you.
Yeah.
That's as far away from us 3
But
because he's
coming
grabbing.
through.
But he's grabbing him.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
he doesn't
this
care
is-
about
this
He
is
wants
gone.
me with him. He's just going to start like batting my little head around in the corner.
So he's going to basically end up here. The question is, I think that's as far away from all of us as he can get.
Yeah.
So
And then the target suffers 1 damage per monster level. So 2 more damage.
2 more damage to a location. So roll.
Yeah.
Oh,
So is that the same
No.
as the grab here?
Well, yeah, it's the same effect.
the same, but it's
you're
doing it this way.
gonna be grabbed twice.
Waist.
So 2 more to the waist?
Yep.
So
You can't do that. So dodge.
I don't think I can.
He's knocked down.
I can use.
You
that. I
can
did not
dodge,
use it.
and you're not doomed because you're not the attacker. So you could dodge that one because you haven't used it yet, right?
Yeah, and that would keep me from a heavy injury. So
Here's the problem. I think the white lion's going to stay where he is because he can't get any farther. Like, there's not a zone that is cooler than that corner, right? Mm-hmm. But he's basically going to pick you up again and drop you again.
I thought I saw on one of these cards, you cannot suffer. So, like, the Giga Clause specifically says this does not cause the survivor to suffer grab multiple times at once.
Yeah,
so
but
can I
this
suffer grab multiple times?
this definitely makes you suffer grab multiple times.
Okay, well, yeah,
because it's an AI and then his trait
true.
even beyond that. So one more.
So one more pick up and drop. Body
Yeah.
slam. Big old body slam coming up. Waste again.
No.
So there's a heavy injury.
I'm not
So if it's
rolling
2
that.
damage, I
That's
take
2
2.
damage. Yeah.
Do I take 2 heavy injuries, or you only ever take 1?
You take a heavy and then you take a severe.
Oh, shit.
So, you complained about not being able to roll dice. Well, guess who's going to get a storybook? We're on the waist, and he's going to roll, and you're going to just read out loud what he rolls.
It's just one.
It's a 4.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. Intestinal prolapse. Your gut is gravely injured. You can no longer equip any gear on your waist, as it is too painful to wear. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain 1 bleeding token.
Alright. Toss me a bleed.
Ooh. At least you didn't roll a 6. That would have been destroyed genitals. He would have done to you what you were trying to do to him. That would have been retaliation.
Do you have any waste equipment?
That would have been
do.
poetic justice.
Oh, no.
So, if I lose do I lose the skirt immediately?
No,
So I can't have waste equipment?
I don't think you drop or lose gear. I think it's when you go home you can't put anything else on your waist.
Because if I lose that, I lose my
Yeah.
white line armor.
I do not believe your gear grid changes. It's
Okay.
just, I mean, your waistband's always
already on.
It's already kind of in tatters
Yeah.
because it's
you just shredded it.
Yeah. So I just think you
Alright.
can't equip that when you go
Mathematically,
back.
I'm not going to take it off right now.
I don't
Just
think
kinda
so. No.
Embracing the suck.
Yeah.
So then, do I get a severe also?
No,
Severe?
that was your severe.
Okay.
Because you
Oh,
took a
because heavy normally just knocks you down.
Yeah.
Severe.
And specifically, severe is always, it's not the amount of damage you take. So if you take 2 more damage or 5
Still
more
only get
damage,
one more
it's
severe.
1 severe
Yeah.
per hit.
Screwing with my guy yet?
I think so. Am I out of things to do over there on the side
think
of the
so.
board?
I think Dan
All right,
enjoyed
all right.
this turn. I can't,
Well,
you know.
I am insane. And, yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
I kind of agree.
You're on our team.
It would have
You're
been
on our
amazing
team.
if he ripped my groin off
would've
right
been-
after I tried to rip his groin.
All right. It is back to our turn.
Okay.
You got knocked down on his turn,
Yeah.
so you don't stand up unless we stand you up.
You gonna try to get in there?
You gonna rush him?
I'm just thinking that at some point we got to kill him, right?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. That is the.
So because he can do retaliations with wounds, and because can you reach him?
Yeah.
I can. No, I can.
So
right
I think
now.
you should do it first, so
I
that
can
if there's
throw.
any retaliations, the board
move
might
him.
change.
Yeah.
So I think we should, before either of us
Yep.
move or do anything, I think we should get the hits in.
So I'm gonna throw my bone darts. I get 3 because I have +2 speed. Hitting on a,
6.
it's 8
No.
because the stone face gives me a modifier
Oh.
of
2.
+2 range and +2 accuracy.
I still think you're
1,
out.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You're still out of range.
What?
He literally moved 1 out of range from you.
I was really sure I was in range.
You were. Until he grabbed my weak little body, flung me to the corners of the earth, and started mauling
Well,
my
now
testicles
you
in the
just do a
corner.
move. Is it a move to get down?
It's not a move to get down. I
Or
can
an
just
action to get
I can
down.
just get down.
Okay, so you move.
So
move
You
5
move your
closer.
5.
1, 2, 3. Now I
Yeah,
can
now
throw
you
at
do.
him. I just
Yeah.
wanted
Are you
that.
in regular range now?
I am in regular range.
Yeah, but you
I
lose
just
the
wanted
accuracy
I wanted that
bonus,
accuracy. Either way, though, 3 dice.
Are you? Could you back up one? So like, how close? Do you really want to get? You want to be as far as possible.
No, man. I don't want to be by myself, like in the corners of the earth.
No, this is 6. This is where I have to be.
I've already been gutted.
Okay.
As I was shoving his intestines back with his like bloody fingers.
I'm looking for 7 pluses. It's going to be 2 hits. Beast's flank and the beast's back. One has a wound where I'll gain priority target. One has a failure where he's going to move forward in a straight line, but because he's at board edge, he'd run up this way,
so which
would get him closer.
Again?
Yeah, he's just definitely going to collide with you. Yeah.
So let's do the other one first.
Let's do the wound first.
Just because it's more fun. Just crit it. We haven't seen a crit yet tonight.
I know, it sucks. We're still not going to see one. We're still not. That's not a wound.
No.
So we're going to do the next one. This is the one that I'm supposed to crit, though.
Okay.
So.
Well, the reaction's a failure.
That's a 3. Okay.
So which way along the board do we want him to move? Does he have to?
He's going to move to the side and up.
So why won't he move the door?
Because he wouldn't turn around.
He wouldn't pivot.
In the book it's sideways.
So just kind of push my little limp body along.
But he's closer to you.
Yeah.
So collision rules.
There's only 4 in them. Didn't you move him?
Oh, is it only 4? I did a
Yeah.
full movement, so he'd be
I think it's back
here.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. So
How many was he supposed to go?
4.
So I suffered grab again,
He started here, right?
and then I also roll to see if I
1,
get a
2,
bleed
3,
token.
4. The front of him would be right there. Right? Yeah.
Well, it's 4. It's a 4 gap.
Oh, it's a 4 gap. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry,
goodness.
that's what I was counting.
Oh.
So is that
Just keep scooting
one more, right?
for a little Gadrock.
Okay.
Back and forth.
So monster collide to the survivor.
Just like it's like his
snags them
intestines
with
are
their
a mop,
hooked.
and we're just
It's literally what's happening. There's a nice skid mark of intestinal blood behind me.
Just all
So
over
suffers
the place.
grab 1d10. Okay, so I don't get an additional bleed, but I do get this grab, so I knock down again, and another
2 damage
to random location. Defeat.
to the feet.
That's fine. I got boots.
Yeah, you're all right. I get to whip him.
Yes. I get to whip and jump away.
Is Mark AI now?
No, Dan is.
No, it'd be me now. Well, Dan is currently. It'll be
Okay.
me
Okay,
when
Jesse.
Yeah.
when it cycles.
So now I'll jump in.
Your whip doesn't have range, does it? Does
No,
it? No.
it does not.
All right, well, go touch
But
it.
I have the boots that let me jump away after I
Okay.
snap that whip.
Can you get to behind him? No, not quite.
No, but
That's
if
okay.
I whip him and jump back into the grass, I'll have 3 evasion.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Do that.
I could get behind him, right? 1, 2,
No, you
3,
can't quite
4,
reach him.
5.
Yeah. I'd go to the front of him and jump backwards into that
Yeah.
grass, or to the actually to the side of him, just in case he runs again. So
If I'm right there in the grass, would he grab me?
You
No.
no. I'd go right here and then jump over to the side.
So here's your move.
1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, in case the failed attack is.
And does he continue
picks me up like Mark
sliding,
and runs
sliding
across
him
the board.
across the floor?
We don't need both of you on the same
So I'm
angle.
gonna.
You can only
attack
slide
him.
one of you.
He just
now.
turns into like a human body snowplow, just moving them forward.
Mark's just
Look at all
got
the moves
body
you're
parts all
saving
over
and
the
being able to
board.
explore the board.
That's true. I've moved to free 10.
You've nearly seen the whole environment. It's lovely.
I have 1 bleed token to show for it. I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah.
Your
I actually
intestines
feel
have
like
seen
he's
it,
bled
too.
more.
Well, and here's the at the end of this round, we don't care about his intestines anyway.
Yeah, that's right, because we're not
know.
going back to
Yeah,
settlement. and-
no, we're not going back to the settlement.
All right, so I got 3,
Uh huh.
and I need 6 plus. I don't have any modifiers on that, right?
Accuracy modifiers? I don't think so.
6 plus. Okay.
That's gonna be 1.
1 hit.
There you go. Oh, get his strange hand, please.
Oh yeah, rip it off.
Strange
Please
hand.
crit this.
It's a good crit
All right.
location. Although you have
And
to
if he
spend a
crits,
survival
he gets
to do
the
it. so-
mood, right?
If he does a
No, that was a perfect
hit,
hit, which
he
is
didn't
too
get a
late
perfect
for.
hit. Yeah. Crit on a 9 or a 10 though. That's not a crit.
Nope, I missed.
It's not a crit. Failure. Basic action.
Target the attacker.
So you're in charge of that. So go ahead and roll 2.
Isn't that... I get a brain
You
damage
don't
for
on
something
this
like
one
that?
because this is... There's a difference
Okay.
between like you initiating and being doomed and his AI
Okay.
deck cycling.
Alright, so I'm rolling 2.
Uh-huh.
Whoops.
So
I'd re-roll that one. That
If-
other one's a 9. That one's a 2.
That one's a 2. Okay,
if he,
so that's 1 hit.
when could he have activated his boots to jump away? That would make the lion move 1 towards him and away from me, so I'm not grabbed next at the end of the lion's turn.
Well,
At the end of
at
his
the
act,
end of my act, but
he
this
can move
is
his space. This is still in the middle of his act.
The middle of the attack.
Yeah.
So I had the 1 hit, right? Well, what was a hit?
It's 2/2. And do you have any evasion? You do. So it's 1
do.
hit for 1 damage to 1 location.
This is the one that I kept rolling waste with, right?
then
So
do
I
this
think,
one.
Well, I've got waste to
All right.
spare.
Well, then don't do that one. Chest
Chest. That's all right. I can
or
take that.
body.
All right. Okay, and then that's it. Well, and then I jump back
And then you can jump back.
into the grass.
And we're sure adjacent doesn't count diagonally. Like it's not a full square around him.
Yes. Because he's not adjacent.
Okay.
Because he couldn't attack adjacently. Like it would
And
be
now
it would be a range of 2 to
it's-
attack.
Corinne, if she wants to
Come closer.
come closer.
Here's the question: if she positions herself like over here, is the coolest zone
Back in the corner.
through us, or is it back in the corner?
Wouldn't it actually be this way?
Because
Because then he'd be out of range of both of your guys, a little bit farther away from him,
It would
and
be.
still mauling my
it would be
lifeless corpse.
it'd be down that way, wouldn't it?
It'd be straight this way towards me.
So if I move this way, though,
I think he'd still go that way, but at least you'd be closer to wherever he's going to end up.
I don't. So, question: does he move? Does every time he he wants to get cooler, or does he want to end up cooler? So he would go through a hot zone to get to a cool
As
zone.
far as I'm aware, I believe he never gets warmer in his movement. That's why in a space like this, he wouldn't cut through us because he would have to get hotter in order to get cooler.
So then I don't think he'd come this way.
Because
he's-
he would be moving 1 closer.
He'd be moving closer to.
Yeah.
So I think Mark,
it would
you're
be
gonna.
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
he's
wouldn't
going
he
that
also
way.
be moving closer to your guy at that point?
No, because he wouldn't be moving. Yes.
It will all be incrementally.
Closer to somebody.
But it would still be cooler.
So his first move is going to be cooler, and then his next move after that is going to be equally bad.
It's one of those things where you have to. We'd have to kind of judge it.
So, like, if I was the lion,
Mhm.
I'd totally run this way. It'd get a little hot for a second, then away from everybody. So, again, he could keep playing with his little toy, which is my guy's corpse. Or not corpse yet. He's still not dead yet.
But the first move that would be cooler would be back to this corner.
Yeah.
It just says move away from
All threats, yeah. The question is how the AI system works with, like, from the cool to hot type of zone. Based on how I would play the antelope, because you do run into things like this where you're not quite exactly sure where they should path. I've always played the antelope does its very best to never move to a hot zone. So if I was playing the antelope, I would redirect him towards that corner, because that would prevent him from moving into a hotter location.
I'm fine with that, but it ultimately puts him in a better position for us as players, not for it as the lion.
No,
You're right.
but I think that it's a kind of an instinctual move, not a forward-looking move. So I would take it as like, I'm going to, in every move, try to move away from as much heat as possible, which puts
Right, because this guy's
puts
standing
Gigi
right
in the
there.
corner.
Nobody puts Gigi in the corner.
We could also stand you up, too.
Oh,
So
let
you
me
don't
get swing away?
let you swing and move.
Oh, that's true, because I can attack first, then move.
What's our survival count at right now?
I'm at
2.
1.
I have 2.
I've got 3.
Corinne has 3. Yeah, let's do that. I'm tired of bleeding out of my my entrails.
I've done nothing still, so I still have my move, and I can block again. Because why not?
So do you want to? Where do you want to move?
I'm the only one
I'd like
that's
to be
damaging
close
this
to
guy.
someone
I think
who's
you gotta let me
insane.
swing.
I'm not insane anymore.
Okay. Well, you also I couldn't get to you
I'm
because you're
insane.
6 away.
I feel like I should be insane. I don't know why.
I'm insane.
Probably because I teased you with some earlier and then undid my
Yeah.
turn.
I mean, as far as you can go is 5 anyway, which puts
Right,
you
doesn't
here.
get-
Yeah, do that, and then let me stand up so I
Alright.
don't get beat up some more.
Here's a survival
Yes.
for you. I will encourage you. You've done so well. Your intestines look gorgeous. So shiny.
Very fine intestines.
Attack.
Alright, so I have my...
And if you don't survive, they'll make a lovely headband.
Ooh!
There's a mechanic in this game where you decide if
When do I
the
wanna-
first dead body you bring home, you decide as a settlement if you would like to gather resources or bury the dead.
I don't like using resources to talk about people like that.
Well, we're all monsters, so we're just very
Sure.
human
Yeah, you're
human
right.
shaped monsters.
I don't like using resources for something with a brain, I guess.
So if I'm down
You're
to-
being very generous.
We know
when do you
nothing
want me
about
to
this
use
world.
my frenzied drink to go frenzied. I won't be able to use survival, so wait till I use my last survival, then use my frenzied,
Probably.
and then start hitting
And
with
then,
even more.
yeah.
Alright, so I'll still go with my...
Because that survival still seems pretty valuable.
Alright.
So wait, could you move 2 and do the punch?
Sorry?
He couldn't move 3. It's the 3 and do the punch.
So it's one hit.
He
And
doesn't
then
get anything for those perfect
No.
hits, though.
So I'm hitting
It's
on a
us that need
6
us.
plus, so it's 2 hits. So the beast small has a failure, and the beast knee does not. So I'm gonna try to kneecap him.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe I shouldn't have moved. Again, because things change on the board all the time. Should I back up so that I can always take a turn after him?
No.
If something dramatic happens, we can say that you did.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to crit him. I did not crit him.
Nope.
So I do have strength of. So that has a 4 plus 2. So I have 4. So I wound on a 6, right? But I rolled a 4.
That's not going to be it. Okay,
Alright,
one
let's
more.
try the next one. Sorry. I was very disappointed in that. That does.
Alright.
7?
7.
Nice.
And that's a failure reaction. So
Cycle one of those AI.
I'm still the only one wounded in this guy, guys.
No
guys.
reaction. You can move now if you want to
Yeah.
back up into that grass.
I do. 3, 4. Hey, what's up, buddy? And then I'm done.
Maybe stagger yourself. So go one more. I'd suggest going one more back.
Alright, go for it.
Just in case he like attacks and runs in a direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is that everybody?
Yep.
Alright, so the bloodthirsty triggers first.
And this one goes over in the...
Yeah.
Bloodthirsty is going to be the closest survivor.
Which is me.
Basic action, closest survivor in field of view and in range.
Okay.
Okay.
Looking at 2. Hitting on 4.
Why would he go that way instead of this way?
Because I'm the monster controller.
Oh, okay.
It's the same one movement either way.
Yeah, but that way he would come this way and everybody would be closer.
But you wouldn't move him additionally. You move him the least number of spaces you have to for him to attack.
And then
Well-
he's going to turn around and run.
So you wouldn't put him like 2 more over. So technically it's still
No,
in
I
range.
thought he was going to grab me and run forward.
And I think he's still going to run backwards.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because
Alright.
that's still cooler.
Right.
Again, that's interpretation. That's definitely 2 hits.
2 hits to you.
2 hits.
2 locations. 1 damage to your chest. 2 damage to your chest. Or
2
your body,
total
your
or
body
2
hit.
each?
2
2
total.
total.
Okay.
Congratulations.
I'm out of body armor.
Okay. Now I draw an AI.
I was curious, we still have only done 5 damage to this guy. We're only a third of the way killed this guy.
How does he kill us?
Well,
Bleed out.
the
About
thing.
The bleed out,
the thing
I
we
know
just-
that.
The book we just rolled on.
Some of those are just
Instant
flat out
death.
death.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
gotcha.
there's a head wound where it just decapitates you. So you have a 1 in 5 chance.
Size up. Pick target. Random threat in field of view. So we're all in field of view right now. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Even these guys are?
Yep. Field of view is the board.
Oh, okay.
So 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be me.
Ooh, and you get to be insane too.
I do. I get one more. Intimidate target. The
Oh, man,
monster
if only
stares
been
down its
me.
prey.
I don't have intimidation.
Turn to
yet.
face the target and roll 1d10. So that faces me. 1d10. On a result of 4+, I suffer 1 brain damage per monster level and I am knocked down. That's gonna happen. So, and I'm knocked down.
And you subtracted 2.
Yeah, it was 1 per monster level.
Yeah. I didn't see what you started at.
Okay.
So you become more sane?
Yeah. Because like you get
intuition?
crazy, and it's as if you're realizing how nightmarish this world is, so you kind of become more sane as he stares down at you. Like basically, you jump into a lion pit because you're mental, and then you see the lion, and you're like, "Oh, this was a bad idea." You see?
That makes sense.
Okay.
So that
And the
was
lion
only
analogy is very fitting.
Exactly.
So that's interesting though that it's only the size up. It doesn't have an extra attack or anything after he sizes you up.
Nope, doesn't draw anything else.
Just kind of stares you down.
So
But he is going to move
Why?
because he's got his end result.
Oh, and he's adjacent to someone now.
yeah, do I get to try to evade or I mean,
No,
does he
you-
roll to see if he grabs me? He just grabs me.
No, he's just going to grab you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, and we're ruling that he's going this way?
Or he could go that way 1 space. Mm-hmm. I mean, that would technically be
But cool.
the only direction that's away from
You're not wrong.
everybody.
Let's do that.
And then I'm knocked down next to him.
And you take 1 damage? No, 1 per monster level to a location.
Waste.
2 to your waist. Alright, guys. Anyone want to do 10 damage in a single round?
I'm aboard.
Okay. That's the mission.
All right.
So I can't do my 3 thing, but I can move right behind him.
Don't you have something that stands everybody up?
I do, but that is
That is your action, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Then don't use it for that.
We could still cycle survival. Like,
Yeah.
you could spend your survival to stand one of us up and then just go ahead and frenzy.
That would be my whole turn, but that might be it.
It would be your whole turn. Frenzy is an action.
Yeah. It has the lightning bolt. Was lightning bolt a move or an action?
Lightning bolt's an action,
Yep.
but you're going to want to drink that at some point anyway.
Yeah, let's do that this turn. So I'll use my last survival to stand you up so you can do something.
Stand me up
Yeah, you're
or
not
whip.
whip.
Okay.
Okay.
Other people have survivals they can use.
Yeah, but so once I go frenzied, I can no longer use survival points.
Yeah. So he wants to drink it because it
Got
gives
it,
him a
yeah.
buff to what? Your
Yeah, so right
your
now
speed and your strength.
Yeah.
All right.
So and I also get
Well,
more insanity.
1d5, so 4.
Yep. So I'm up to 10 insanity. I'm real crazy. Actually, it's not even that high.
Wait, that's 5, isn't it? 1d5. You roll a 9. It's half that rounded up.
Yeah, so 4.
5. 4.5
Rounded
rounded
down.
up is 5.
Let's round it down.
Okay.
That other.
I'm at 10 insanity. I'm not sure what was the ruling there, but
Yeah.
from now on, I also get +1 speed
I don't think it's
and
rounded. I think
+1
it's rounded
strength.
down.
So can you
Yeah,
give me a
it's rounded
speed
up.
token and a strength token from
You
his...
might be
roll a
right. No,
10.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
10.
Hey Dan, can you hand me a speed token and a strength? There's little discs that are in front of you. On the,
Speed one.
a speed one and a strength. The plus and minus is on one
There's
side.
there's a strength. And either way, he's real crazy right now.
Yeah. I'm going to just start tearing through this
There's a
line.
speed.
Can you tell me how much time's left on that camera in the bottom little corner?
50 minutes and 50 seconds.
All right. So we have like 40 to 50 minutes before I have to change cards.
Hence, we are going for broke.
This is also going to be such a long gameplay.
You're going to have to edit.
Yeah, you're going to have crap out of it.
I'll be like, just put it all on super speed.
No, I wouldn't do that.
And
This
then
is a
Avengers
hard
almost
fight.
died.
Well, just 'cause it keeps moving. We can't, because normally the white lion intro one, you just surround him and beat the crap out of it.
Yeah. All right. So, you're stood up. You've spent your action.
Yeah,
I'm down for now.
But, so
I can still move. Would it benefit me to move?
So what
one
good
closer?
did your frenzy potion do though?
So from now on, I have an additional strength and additional speed. So when I roll with my knuckles, I'm going to be rolling 4 dice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think you just stay
But you
where you are.
can't do
in the
that
garage.
this turn, though.
No, because I'm drinking. Does that mean I go
It's a
get
good
some
plan.
whiskey?
It's a
Is that
good
what this
plan.
is?
All right.
Do you want to whip?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and
If you want some, you can go get some bourbon.
whip
if you want.
that
I might need
thing.
it now.
You want me to go get you
I'm
one?
sure your intestines can handle
I'm
it.
gonna whip that
Because
thing.
you need to coach Dan through his
yeah.
hitting 4
Here's the thing.
times.
I'm confident in Dan's ability.
Wow, you
Nope.
shouldn't be.
I should not have
You
said
should
that.
not be.
All right. Well,
Those are like critical misses. I think I just
there's ice in the
myself.
freezer. There's bourbon on the counter.
I think I just whipped myself.
Dan, you want one too?
Yeah, after that roll.
So, did you attack? You're green?
No, he's blue, and he just whiffed bad.
I just rolled those ones.
Do you
'cause
wanna
they were
move?
Sitting there. Yeah, I'm gonna jump backwards one.
Well,
Oh,
you can actually
thank you.
you can actually move. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
madam.
Do you want to get stood up? Because you can
Go attack him.
bone arrow.
Go attack him.
things?
See what happens, and then possibly.
Okay.
So
And you've got range, right? So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah,
You got a range of 2.
but she wouldn't be in the blind spot if she was there.
Nice.
Yeah, aren't I?
Do you want ice?
1 cube.
Did you want one, Jesse?
I'm okay right now.
There's
also,
I'm in the blind spot right now.
There's
Right?
bitters and sugar
You are.
cubes, but
I think-
there isn't anything else.
Am I in the
You're
blind
you're
spot?
not, because the blind spot's only the 3 spaces directly behind him.
And what does the blind spot give me?
+1 accuracy.
Which helps me roll better?
It does help you roll better. And you remember, you can back up and guard.
Yeah.
So moving the whole way into the blind spot probably
Yep.
isn't bad.
Let's go in. I'm also trying to think. However.
Mhm.
Oh, but you're going to do range anyway.
Mhm.
If you get stood up. Okay. Cool.
So you're going to attack.
Yeah.
So 2, hitting on a 6+ accuracy because you're behind, hitting on a 5+.
Awesome. Let's go perfect.
I could have.
I got both, which is good.
So 2 hit location cards here.
Not that it.
I got 2 that have
That
failures.
wouldn't have helped you.
Yeah.
Both of them have a move. And so.
But he's not actually going to move because he jumps in a straight line and he's facing the wall right now. So
Okay.
actually no, because his movement, right? Isn't that?
But he also grabs.
He'll grab anyone. He'll grab anyone in front of him.
But didn't you say if
That's
they're
what I
supposed
was.
to go straight, they
That's
have
what
to
I was just
curve?
saying. I think
Thank you, sir.
because of the movement,
Jeez.
if he's
a
supposed to
big
go
cube.
straight, he would just go down into the side.
Sorry, what's the question?
We're checking his. I was double checking his move.
We
Yeah,
have some
so-
failures where he goes straight, but he's in a wall situation.
If a movement starts at the showdown board edge, it would go off. Instead, move along the board's edge. So just don't fail these.
Okay.
That's not too hard.
What
Here's the
is-
thing: we've been looking for some crits.
And I'm the only one that's ever rolled one.
So
Yeah, when you were the lion.
Oh no, you two both rolled one previously.
not that's hit
Oh, not no, yeah. you
anything
rolled
important.
tens.
No.
Which one am I doing?
She's done it multiple times for the lion, right?
And I've done it to hit but not wound.
The scapular deltoid or
I
the
want this
beast's
one.
chest. All right.
Because the critical wound actually helps us the most.
Nope.
It's not even gonna.
Just make sure it doesn't go too far from my dude.
So
If he's going
So I
down the
had
board, bring him my
two-
way. Because my guy's buffed up.
So then I'll
and
do this one
frenzied.
next, right?
we can choose which direction he goes.
Bring him my way.
If he goes this way, he's back and free. I think we push him this way and just keep him in that corner.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kinda like that.
Okay.
So how many? 4?
Yes.
But it's 4 spaces, right?
Yeah, a gap of 4.
So he's there again.
Which
Okay.
is still good for you. We can still range you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that one failed.
And that one's canceled because he's far away.
Oh.
You don't have a chance to hit it now. I know.
Cancel hits and outs.
Do we want to stand me up?
Yeah.
I got no
I can do it.
survival. My dude's just chilling there blowing his horn now.
Well, she's got 2.
I've got 2.
You've got 2.
Get some range going. So the other thing too is if you're in, are you insane? You're not insane though, are you?
I am not insane, no.
Okay, well then I can't help you. Oh, did I want to guard?
Yeah, you can. So if you want to, do you want to back up 3?
And I can block for free if
So
I
you
do that
backed
too.
up 3 and blocked.
Yep.
Am I standing you up?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to back up 3? Wouldn't it be better if he turned and attacked her while she's guarding? Because now won't he just go after you?
I think I have to do both. I would have to both move and in order to block.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
But
if we're-
you can move away.
I've seen him throw your darts and run away also. But then he might sniff, go to the center of the board.
That's fine.
No,
It's
he'll
range.
be able to target one of us in the field of view, I think.
Oh, we all
I think
have a
the,
range
yeah.
of 8 still?
Yeah.
I'm forgetting 8 is so far away.
Yeah,
That
it's
is. That's
massive.
like half the board.
Yeah.
So, Bone Darts, speed of 3, looking for a 7+. Oh, 2 hits. Beast's Tricep and Beast's Brow, both, one is failure for a basic action, one is wound for a basic action.
Do the fail, you're going to crit.
Well, so my strength is 4, Bone Darts is 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm looking for 3 or above, so I'm going to do the failure first because I think I'll hit it.
1.
If I don't get knocked down, though, I'll get a chance to do the next one. So 2, hitting on a 2,
Yeah.
2 wounds, 2 locations, hand.
Oh.
I can't dodge. I'm the attacker. Hand and body. Yeah,
Well,
you know, you're
want me
reaching
to
for
read
that.
This should be the second one that's bookmarked. All the little black tabs.
It'll be the. Yep, right there.
Got it. This is
Oh my
arms.
God. Can I roll for you? No, go ahead.
Yeah, we're on arms. Do you want to roll for me?
No, because I don't.
You know you'd kill me if you did
Yeah,
that.
I would.
5.
It shouldn't be too bad.
Ruptured muscle. A painful rip. The arm hangs limp. You can no longer activate fighting arts. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain 1 bleeding token.
Okay. Fighting art that I never got to use is not helping me. Well, thanks for the bleeding token. That would have helped me with the fighting art. I still, though, do get to try to resolve this last wound attempt because I didn't get
Still in
knocked
range,
down.
yeah.
Still in range. 4. I hit on a 3+.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Because he has a reaction for a wound.
Because he has a reaction for a wound.
We did get a wound, though.
We got a wound.
First one in like an hour.
Snarling, the monster swats at its attacker. Attacker suffers 1 brain damage. Brings me down to 0. Perform basic action. Target the attacker. That is
2 hits.
2 hits. Looking at 2 damage to 2 locations. This feels familiar.
Hand
1 to the
and
hand,
foot.
1 to the foot. We're going to take 1 to the foot. You just reaching for that book again? Yeah.
This is the most fun part.
You ready? I'm gonna do this white dice.
That's because it's nicer.
Yeah, it's unique.
That's
2.
Oh, that's not good.
Bleeding. Gain 2 bleeding tokens.
That's not good.
Okay.
Uneventful but painful.
That's
That's
eventful enough. I'm good with that.
He swung a little too hard, and that,
Well, I
that
mean,
ripped muscle just kind of
Nick-
sprayed.
Just, like, spurted
in terms
out.
of
Narrative.
artery blood.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, that's a turn.
All right, so
Do you wanna move?
who's-
Yeah, I do. I do want to move. Just as far back
So
as
who's control of the monster now? Is it still? Oh, it's Kryn's turn.
because it's now the monster's turn.
Did you put the bleeding things on?
No.
The
How many
only other-
separate events?
2.
A whole bunch.
All right.
2.
Yeah, I wasn't.
All right. So
Sure.
first, Kryn, you get to do this. It's start a thing. You do a basic action. Closest survivor in field of view and in range.
Cool. I also have armor though.
Yeah, you're
remember?
blocking 1.
So
So roll 2.
So 2.
So it hits on 2+, but whatever modifiers for your armor.
No.
What's your modifier for your armor?
She gets to block 1 of them.
Block 1
Oh,
for
so you
free.
block 1. Okay. So,
So
only 1.
roll both, and you only resolve 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
Head and foot.
Head and foot.
Oh, that's great. You are still.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm really healthy.
Why haven't we just thrown her in front of the lion?
I don't know. My
This
dude's
entire
like
time?
bleeding out. His guts are literally dragging through. I have no small intestines left.
All
That's
right.
basically what's happened.
Oh yeah, is that?
All right. But a blood token goes back on here. All right. So now.
Now you get to do the
draw
AI.
the AI deck. Power SWAT.
Ooh.
That's me, closest
that sounds
facing in range.
Mm-hmm.
Speed 1, accuracy 2+, damage 2, and then I'd be knocked back 6
Do you have
because
any
I'm going to run into
evasion?
that thing. No, I don't have any evasion going on. Unless I roll 1.
Nope.
4. So I get 2 damage to one place, right?
You did attack yourself though, so you get insanity.
Oh,
Great.
2 to the waist.
All right, so
And
1
then it's knocked
insanity.
6 back in a straight line directly away from the
But she
monster.
doesn't move.
One to the waist. Waist was the
No.
worst.
Yeah,
2
but
damage.
but you hit the thing and stop.
All right, so I
Yeah.
have a 0 and a.
She just
and
gets
a-
knocked
and a
down
small.
right there.
So
And then that's another damage, right?
is it another damage?
It's not.
Oh, no, it's not.
Not
That's right,
that
we looked
terrain
that up.
specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's about to be grabbed.
And move.
Can she be dragged over that? Or does that stop the movement?
He's just gonna move away from us.
I'm
remember?
hovering though.
Oh, that's right. He's moving that way anyway.
Yeah. So
Here's the thing. I think the coolest movement for him is more of this pattern towards this corner now.
Probably.
Because he picks you up, and then he's going to move over and start going this way. You see?
Not necessarily,
I was
because
gonna
all
say-
3 of these are in line that way.
Yeah, but if he moves sideways a few, then this becomes cooler.
Oh, okay. Can he do that?
Yeah.
Can he just
Because he
dare step?
could stagger his movement.
Okay.
All right. Well, you get to move him. So he grabs
She does
her.
get to determine.
So do I go along with it? All right. So
Yeah, he's
remember,
grabbed you.
Does that mean I get dragged with?
Yep.
Yeah. So where do you want to move
All
this
right.
guy?
Well, I'm gonna turn that direction, and I'm gonna go.
4-4.
I actually think.
Let's go 4 over, 4 down.
Well.
That's 5.
Okay, so then I would come this way. 3. Actually, pause. Because this one is closer and hotter, and so I want to get away from this one. So I'd want to go that way, actually.
Back to the corner.
We spent a lot of time up there.
You grin. You take 2 damage
This is
to
happy
random,
place. He's got all kinds of blood up
random
there.
location because you're grabbed again. He's just now batting the rookie's head.
What is that?
It's a body.
So 2 to the body?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The rookie's hanging there pretty good.
The funny thing about that
That was
top
another
corner,
damage,
I
though.
think the only camera that has that top corner in it is this one. Because I didn't assume we'd end up there for
The entire
the
game.
entire game. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's our turn.
No, you can barely see his tail on this one.
Oh, yeah.
So I think what I want to do is just move 5 closer to it, and then now I'll do my Orator of Death and give everybody
Ooh.
+2 insanity. So now everybody gets 2 insanity. And I'm up to 12 insanity. I wish you'd come at me.
Okay.
You can go at him.
I can do ranged, and then I can stand you up. Three. Hitting on a 7+. 1. We're not going to fail. Don't worry about it. I got the fleshy gut. Alright. Wounding on a 3+.
9.
It's just you.
I know. The only I rolled once.
Alright, well, at least we did know the damage. So we're about to shuffle. Oh, fuck. his mood trait's still in here, isn't it?
No,
No.
that's the one thing
Wait.
we effectively got
Oh
rid of.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That was like the most successful moment of this game.
And you don't shuffle that until you have to, right?
Yeah.
Because if I successfully wound, I could take that top one off if we don't like it, but I don't remember what it was.
So I'm gonna spend 1 survival.
Power swat.
I'm gonna get you up.
Okay. I'm gonna start with a.
You could make it to his butt.
So the other thing though is.
She could attack and walk away so he doesn't grab her.
Yep.
But if she makes it to the butt, she could still back up with her action.
I am scared there's gonna be a failure that happens that moves things around.
Okay.
So I think I'd rather wait for the move till after that, because the other thing is, I still have this insane people next to me get 1+1 speed that I still haven't given out, and so I want to like centralize myself close to someone else, which also could mean that like we hang out at the butt together.
Yeah, go out to the
But
butt.
you going
And then you
here
can back up 3 right next to me, and then I'd be...
because the odds are he'll run forward as well, and forward would mean up this way.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That makes sense.
So...
All right.
Chop off his tail with your giant axe.
Two-handed and heavy.
What does the heavy do?
there's some things that resolve
That's
with like
6+.
heavy items.
Okay.
So one of them.
Oh. Heavy might also mean that she's not allowed to move and swing.
I have no idea. I've never had a heavy item before.
That would be interesting.
It would be,
Oh.
Well, add it to your...
I know the list of things that we probably got wrong on this because I didn't check status on
Any of the
on
items.
specific weapons. I did on some of them, like some of them have ranged and thrown, but I didn't specifically check heavy on hers. Let's see. Heavy. No, it just has sustainable weight is what it says here.
It's
Okay.
defined heavy.
Just has sustainable weight. I know there's hunt events that affect heavy.
Yeah.
Two-handed means she can't carry like multiple
Mm-hmm.
single weapons. Cumbersome is what means you can't move and attack at the same time.
That sounds right.
Okay. So what'd you do?
So I hit one.
Okay.
So
Hit location.
Alright,
we
still
got
not
a
a trap.
soft belly.
Ooh.
If you would just
crit this... Oh
That-
my god, he'd start the Oregon Trail.
would be fine.
It's not a crit.
That's a wound.
But it's a
So do we
wound.
take it off
Shuffle
of the
it.
discard?
Nope,
I
you
think it's a
shuffle it.
Okay.
It would be
8
cool if
damage.
we won though. Even though we're probably cheating, it would be cool if we won.
All right.
I think we're gonna
At
win.
the end of my
we put
attack, I am standing and have a
thought and
shield.
looked so many things up. I can't imagine that we're cheating.
I am gonna move 3 spots directly away from the monster
Alright.
and block for free.
So
Okay.
could she have moved 3 spots directly away from him, but towards me, in case it ends up next to us? And
I
I
feel
get an
like that's
additional
not
hit?
directly away
She
to
still
me
wouldn't have been adjacent.
because I was
That's kind of how I'm interpreting it
Yeah.
too.
That's fine.
the way where I was touching.
Am
his
I the
butt.
only one who hasn't gone yet?
You are.
Okay. Should I just go ahead and use a survival to do a dash and that way move twice and then attack? I'll be out of survivals at that point, but
And you could take a step back.
Sure.
I could still take a step
Do we
back.
want to do that?
Yeah, might as well.
Just push
Alright,
it?
let's do
Yeah, so I'll go
Well-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll do my last survival. Go 1, 2, 3, and then I get a bonus because I'm in the blind spot, right?
+1 accuracy.
All right. So I'm out of
Did
survivals.
was that helpful to me at all? Probably
And
not.
then, so that's 4 then, because I've got 3 as it is. So it's 4. Oh, come on.
Oh, wait. Accuracy isn't a dice though.
No, speed's a dice.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So
I would
got
love
3
to
Three
roll
dice,
dice,
for
hitting
it.
on a 5+.
hitting on a 5 plus. Come on.
Yes.
All 3.
1, 2.
There's gonna be a trap in here. I can
Don't
see.
you flip a trap card.
Nope, I got gigantic pendulous punch,
Ooh.
the one where he jumps.
Sounds horrible.
Beast's heel
Okay.
and beast's rib.
Okay.
Do any of them have reactions that are really bad?
Reflex and first strike.
So you have to do the first strike one, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you said last time?
Yeah, so you need to crit it. The flabby pouch protects the monster's vital organs. +5 toughness to wound this location. And he's going to leap, position him, and then dash forward.
So I have to crit. And then these ones
You
will go.
really
Did
have
the
to
butt
crit.
get the +1 at all? Was that helpful?
Yeah, actually.
So is it 9 and 10?
No, it's not.
No, it's not
Oh,
for that.
not for
It was
this.
for
Oh,
his
no.
for his attempt to hit.
This
Got
is
it,
I just
okay.
need to crit.
You really need this. If
Don't suck, Dan.
I
Ugh.
sucked.
okay,
Alright, so he does something terrible.
these are gonna
We
be
lose
canceled.
those.
The white Gigalion leaps into the air. Place the monster so the attacker is in the purple space. Full move the monster forward in a straight line.
Shit, he's gonna hit her too.
Yep.
But I can.
Full move in a straight line.
It's still gonna be a collision and a
Oh.
grab.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We both come with.
Does that? But I'm
So-
blocked.
I don't know if that matters. Cause
Oh no!
So when you collide, you both
That's all right.
suffer grab.
We lost a
I
hand.
lost a hand.
That's okay.
And then you also, I'd be lying.
My hands are fine. I've got 4 strength in my arms.
So both
It's
of
just
you,
so heavy.
both of you roll a dice, and on a 9+, you gain a bleeding token. No bleeding. Well, that explains why that hand just fell off. You hit a vital organ or artery. And then also, does this grab thing also happen? You said because they suffer grab,
Yep.
and that's this grab. So place target knockdown from the monster.
So,
They suffer 2 damage to a random location.
2 damage to a random location.
Body. Oh!
Hand.
See? Look
I'm
at
already
hands.
knocked down though. And the book thing doesn't happen until after this, right?
You
Okay.
said 2.
2. See? He really went after that hand. I've had that happen quite a few times. Where I just didn't let the glue settle or something, or grabbed it. by
It was
the
such
glue
the
Thin
plastic mold. It was such a finicky thing with how heavy this axe is because this is a separated piece
Yeah.
that it was just hard to get a solid seal. I'll go back through and probably super glue it to fix that. Okay,
So that was your attack. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, I'm done.
is that all?
I'm knocked
that's
over
everybody.
and devastated.
My dude just kind of ran at him.
Yep.
Alright, so who's the monster AI this time, mate?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so bleed tokens are happening. So
Basic is going to not be
closest survivor in field of view in range. It doesn't say closest threat, so they are both the closest survivors in field of view and in range.
You're right.
Do I get to block this hit finally?
No, because you're not. But it could be either of you.
Which one of
And
you?
you're right. Threat would be standing up.
But I
Which
have a
one of you
block.
guys has more armor stuff?
Her.
Me. I also
Alright,
have a
crap.
block.
Doesn't matter.
You got knocked down. That's not.
So 2 hits.
But it lasts until my next act.
Is this to both of us?
No, it's just Kryn.
There's no way that's active if you're knocked down.
There's a
It
head.
doesn't say I have to be standing up.
Head and a body.
What do you think? What's your?
I think
rolling
you're
on
knocked
this?
down. You're no longer guarding against anything. You're on your ass.
I got my shield.
I don't buy that.
Head and body.
I don't buy it.
1 each, 2 each.
Yeah, 1 each to your head and 1 to your body.
Okay.
That's a pretty good roll for you, though. Alright, now let's see what the AI is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bloody Claw, pick target, closest survivor with the most bleeding tokens.
That's me.
That'd be
That's
me.
Jesse.
No, yeah, that's Jesse.
And move 2, accuracy 2 for 2 damage. Oh, speed 2, sorry. Accuracy 2 plus. Both hits.
Okay.
There's an after damage.
Mm-hmm. What's the after damage?
Target suffers -1 survival. Bleed 2. Target gains 2 bleeding tokens. And you'll be
That'd
dead.
be 5.
So is there anything you can do about this? Because that's a head and a foot. So the after damage, target, you suffer -1 survival, then bleed 2. Unless someone would have cut off his hand earlier. Dan, not critting on the bloody paw. And like So Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong. I forget when you die. Is it 5 or is it 6 bleeding tokens? It's been like half 6 months since I played.
It's 5. I'm dead.
I was really hoping it wasn't.
I'm dead. I'm.
So Dan, you asked how you die.
There's one way.
One way. And we had a little bloodthirsty to our lion.
So I bled to death. All right, guys, you can do this.
So
is that his whole turn?
That was his whole turn.
Because there's nothing for him to grab.
So yeah. So what happens with this?
He's gonna move.
So at the end of each monster turn, he extends his giant claws. Target all survivors adjacent. Full move the white Gigalion away from all other threats.
So he'd go like 1, 2, and then forward.
Yeah. Please tell me I'm still in range.
Wait, at the end of his turn, we stand back up.
I think so, because
right?
you guys
it was
got
on our
knocked down
on
our
our
turn.
turn.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a drink, and check the cards and stuff. You guys continue playing.
Hey,
Just
Dan,
don't.
can I get within 5 and hit him?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In his blind spot.
Don't let me down, guys.
Do it. Do it, Mark.
Problem is, there's not that many cards left, and at least one of them is a trap. So, I have from the Frenzy, +1 speed. From using my item, I have +1 speed. So that's 4 speed. I need more dice.
And you have these.
Anyone want
Oh
a drink?
shit! So I have.
I'm good.
Anyone want some cherries?
Oh, this is the +1 speed.
Okay.
So, 1 speed for the armor, 1 speed for the other thing. So for 4, and I'm hitting on. Oh crap! That's not.
Did you hit on any of them?
Nope. Don't have anything to plus accuracy, and they were 6 plus. So I missed all 4.
All 4 of them. All right, I'm gonna get closer.
Ah, Jesus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you want me to get closer first and then you're insane? So
What happens with
It doesn't
that?
have any
I
use.
still don't understand what happens.
I
when
give
I'm
you a
insane.
+1. I give you a +1 speed if I'm next to you.
So it won't help him at all because he's not attacking.
Yeah, I'm not attacking range.
I'm not attacking either.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'm gonna offset.
Yeah.
You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. That seems reasonable.
Okay.
So
I guess I
Jesse,
could get to
missed
the
all
other
4.
side of you.
And then that's our turns. So now it's back to the monster.
Alright, but there weren't any damages, so there's no bloodthirsty, so that's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
here's-
Mark whiffed with all 4.
Hey man, I'm like 90% sure I'm the one that's been damaging this thing. So
Yeah, I'm
I've
wondering
done
if maybe
damage.
we should have had.
I'm the one that got rid of that one thing.
yeah, congratulations. The other 8 have been mine.
Well, if you wouldn't have let him drag you into the corner away from everybody. All right, terrifying roar. Target all non-death survivors, which is all 3 of us. Intimidate all targets. You're unintimidatable, though, right?
Same here.
You also.
Yeah.
Stalwart.
So
No. Yeah, I cannot get knocked down from intimidation.
No intimidation.
this isn't knocked down.
I just
then I might-
I just
This
straight
is-
up ignore.
Roll 1d10. This is just intimidate. Roll 1d10 per target. If the result is 2+ and is higher than the target's courage, you suffer 1 brain damage and knockback 6.
Ooh.
1 brain damage.
Wow. A 1 that comes in handy.
I get knocked back 6. But I don't get knocked down, right?
Right, just knockback 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That sucks.
Okay, and then perform basic action. Target the furthest survivor in range.
Oh, so that's me.
Mm-hmm. One more.
One more. Because he has a move of 8.
Oh, right, because it was furthest. Okay. All right.
2
Basic
dice.
action is 2.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not 2+.
One's a perfect hit. Does that
Why?
mean anything?
Stop. Where were
We can
those?
only roll
we
those.
needed
Where,
those so
where are you hitting
badly.
me?
Are those both hits? What?
Yeah, he hits on 2+. And I
Oh.
have nothing for
So that's 2. And those are in the location of
please be head.
body and foot.
To be fair, the game's horrific. Aren't these dice lovely though?
Really are.
Alright.
Really are lovely dice.
I have a
So-
whole set of unopened.
This also really sucks, Dan. Because now he's gonna grab 2 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
So now he's gonna both grab.
And probably run this way because Corinne's there. Well, actually,
Just
it's
grabbing 'em.
equidistant.
He can go whichever way you want him to go.
All right, we're gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Because that's better.
Yep.
Okay, he's gonna grab
You
us
just
both.
you'll end up back in that corner. Both of you knocked down beside him.
Okay.
On either side, or
It's the closest empty spot.
Yeah.
And then we both take 2 damage to a location.
Mm-hmm.
To a random.
Roll a brick.
Yeah, which one do I get?
Mark gets body.
Well, that's a heavy injury.
Dan gets
I'm already knocked down though, so it's fine.
also body. Oh, and I'm there, so that means I read out of the thing, right?
No, it means I
You-
read out of
you
the
read
thing.
out of
That's
the
what
thing.
that means.
All right.
Ooh. Remember what you said about this part of the
Yeah.
Most fun.
All right. So, right in the body. 7.
ruptured spleen.
Ouch.
A vicious body blow. Skip the next hunt. Gain 2 bleeding tokens.
So I'm out for this one.
Well, no, the
No,
next
so the
hunt.
next
Next
hunt
hunt.
would be we go back to the
Oh,
settlement.
that would be-
do all the
okay,
stuff, and then
gotcha.
you can go out
Oh,
in the
since
next
we're just
quarry.
doing this
Right.
hunt.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So now that's the end
Alright.
of the monster's turn.
But they were knocked over during the monster's turn.
Yeah,
so I
so
don't
we're
think
both
You're
it's
down.
backed
chilling.
up.
So really, it's
Do
all
you
up to
have-
Corinne.
I
Can
have-
you do
I
10?
have-
Stand me up, and let me
Okay.
swing away, because I'm gonna throw like a boat ton of dice. And just do,
I
like,
remember when you
Get
did
a
that
whole bunch of
last
ones.
time. Yeah, I can only stand
Do you
one
want to
of you
move and
up,
attack
right?
first?
Uh,
He has the better
Here's
attack.
here's the
Not
question:
particularly.
Who has the most? Who has the highest probability of causing wounds, not just hits?
Because I also have 1, 2, 3.
Just a ton of strength.
So I have plus
I
3
only have
strength.
3 strength.
But what's your accuracy?
My actually doesn't have any advantages.
But
I
what's your
have,
accuracy on
so
your thing?
5.
6 plus.
6, so it's the same.
And then I do also have a speed of like 4.
Yeah.
So
Which
I'd be chucking 4
is-
dice.
Yeah, it could be good or bad.
Yeah.
I'd say you move forward and do your attack first, and then stand one of them up to.
Did we take bleeding things on
I
that
think
card
that'd be
over there,
just
by the
out
way?
of-
Oh, no,
got
we
it,
just- we
right?
You have a
definitely-
reach of 2.
You
Yeah,
suffered.
okay.
So right here you could do it.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you, Dan.
But I don't have the extra abilities. Okay, so 2 with my greater Gax. Perfect and a 6,
Do you have any
and a 6 plus.
on
so I
a
have-
perfect?
Oh,
The edge
yeah.
sharpens, gain +4 till the end of the attack. So you now wound on an 8.
No, you subtract it off.
No, I know, but like 8 plus no strength modifiers. You wound on a 2.
Okay, so I
So
hit
that's
both
a
of
Draw,
those.
advantage.
yeah, so draw both
Hold
of
on.
these.
It's not a trap. It's not a trap.
Ooh.
Both of them are failure. The odds are you're going to wound both of them. You wound on a 2.
I
Alright,
do
which
this
one
one
do I go
first
first?
because that one moves on the fail.
All right, we'll do the first one first.
No, that's a wound. That's a wound. What was that moment? It's like you knew the dice was going to be bad.
It was like stuck to her hand.
I caught it with my hand, and I was like, "Oh, it's gonna hit me
Are
in
you
the
so
face."
scared about this? Like you're sweating? They like just stick to you? Alright, so it's
warm
wound,
in
it's
here.
wound. Let's just
All
get
right,
rid of it.
Amazing. All right.
All right.
Just do that one, whatever that was. That was good enough. Nine.
another wound.
No luck, right? But okay.
Alright, yeah.
That is another wound.
How many left?
2, and then
3. One
after you
beyond
get
the
rid of
AI
all of
deck.
them, you have to do
Oh,
one
man.
more to get rid
so
of their
stand
basic.
Mark up. Let him swing.
Wait,
He could do it.
have you guys not been putting these back? There's 2 more. There's 2 in the discard pile.
Ah,
5.
I was gonna say that.
I mean, I can still swing for like a crap ton.
If you're gonna hit the crap, you're gonna hit the
so
crap.
by the way, at the end of my attack, I'm standing and have a shield, so I can move 3 spaces directly away from the monster. And in that case, there's actually 2 different directly away from the monsters.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you prefer?
Technically. Stand us both up.
I can't because I can only use 1 survival per round.
Should stand
Right.
them up.
Although, do you have any survival? No, neither of you have survival. Okay.
Nope, I used my last one.
The other, yeah, that would be.
Well, right
Neither of you
now,
have range,
them being
so.
on that side of him keeps him in that corner.
Yep.
So-
All right. We're feeling good about that. Okay. Let me use a survival to stand one of you up. Who am I standing up?
Me,
Why?
because I chose to.
But Dan hardly rolls, and you just rolled really sucky.
Can I
haven't rolled
remind
much
you
better.
I
of
haven't
Dan's
rolled much better.
4-1-1?
Neither of them are doing very well.
So
No, you're
move
carrying
me-
this.
Move me
so
into
the
his
other
blind
thing
spot.
is-
Or no, I'm better off not moving into the blind
Well,
spot.
the other thing is that Dan
I'm
has
move
the
away.
reflex to move away.
I'm gonna swing and then move away also.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So-
You're gonna do a move.
And I hit on a. Because I have a speed of.
6.
I have a plus speed, 6+.
Rolling 4, hitting on a 6+. Damage on a pretty high.
Ooh,
So it's
8 and
3 hits.
Oh, yeah, perfect
it's
hit.
4 hits.
Perfect
no,
hit. Do you have anything
3
for
hits.
perfect
3
hit?
hits.
All right, but there's gonna be
He
a trap
doesn't
in
have
there.
perfect hit. It's just us. And we
There's the
haven't
trap.
used it.
Not
Well, it doesn't matter. You
it's
just see what you're pulling.
So clever ploy. You want to do that one since you can reach stuff?
Yeah. The attacker is caught in the White Lion's ruse and is savagely mauled. The attacker is doomed?
Does that mean I get the priority token?
No, it means you
doom
can't do
use-
anything. Perform basic action against the attacker. 2, hitting on a 2 for 1 damage each. It's going to be 2 damage. 1 to both to your chest. That's 2
4?
on your...
So I already have.
You're already heavy.
Yeah, so
That's two critical rolls. 1 each.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
So, that's on the body.
First one's a 9.
Collapsed lung. You can't catch a breath. Gain -1 movement token. Gain 1 bleeding token.
So you can just write -1 on your modifier on your movement. You only have movement of 4 now. There's another bleeding. And you have 1 more roll on that body.
It's gonna be great. A 3.
3 bleeding. Gain 2 bleeding tokens.
So 1 more bleeding token, I'm dead.
Why did we stand you up?
Because I hit him 3 times. It just was a trap. And then now we shuffle this in. And then now it's the.
It's the cat's
I
turn.
have the ploy.
Who's the... I guess I'm the cat controller because I'm dead?
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, typically. Bat around. Closest threat facing in range.
There's 2 of them.
Threat. Keywords threat.
Standing.
Knockdown aren't threats. So we're rolling 2 on a 5+.
2 misses.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
He is still going to grab and run.
We do blood there.
Well, we're going to say that that's resolved. We're still going to basic action you.
Okay.
2, hitting on 2s. Both of those are going to be hits for 1 damage to your chest and head.
So that's another critical
To the chest.
to the chest. I'm likely dead. Unless this is a magical roll of nothingness.
6.
Disemboweled. Your movement is reduced to 1 until the showdown ends. Gain 1 bleeding token.
I'm dead.
You're bled.
That's my.
Skipping
So the
this
first one, it was just like a major injury to my bowels. The second one, he just like ripped them the rest of the way
Yeah.
out, and he's just like, all right, just
Yeah.
Finished them.
stuck to this Giga Claw are my bowels now.
Then he is going to grab and run. So
If we had
1,
done
2,
bloodthirsty
3,
first,
4, 5, 6, 7.
resolved to the other guy for the threat.
It's okay.
Okay. Just making sure that we know we kind of cheated there.
You're definitely
You missed
not
anyway.
wrong, but
Things aren't looking good.
Up here.
because working that back, we have to. He would target you
Right.
for the second one.
Okay. Just so you all out there now.
2 damage to your chest.
That's 2 criticals.
Well, this
Everyone's dying around me.
Aren't you glad we? Aren't you glad we just replaced the the cards, the memory cards, for this just to end in like 2 minutes?
All right. 3.
Bleeding, gain 2 bleeding tokens.
One more.
Did you bleed to death? No. Okay.
Oh, I got one more.
One
to go.
more.
I have a little bit of blood left. Sure could use a donor about now. 3.
Oh.
It's 2 more, right?
Yeah. Here's the funny, like we've all just bled.
To death.
Like for core, because you can incorporate this into
See
the core
those
game.
claws? That
You
makes
need to go
sense.
out with some bandages. Like I don't know why none of our survivors have bandages on them. It heals bleeding
That
tokens.
does make sense.
Yeah. Okay,
It's up to you.
it's your turn.
All right, rookie.
So
What would you like to do?
I have 1 survival left, so I guess I could move.
Get to his butt and hit him as effectively as possible? Mm-hmm. Because...
That was a dash.
With your non-axe arm. You're just going to fist him in the butt, aren't you?
All right, I'll take another. It was really nice last time.
Certainly
going
gonna
to
startle him.
8 and
That's
6,
2.
So
That's
I
2
got
hits.
2.
Yeah.
Don't be a trap, don't be a trap, don't be a trap. All right. Oh, they both move, the one misses.
Which she's not going to miss.
Please crit this.
Because
Here's the thing.
do
It'll
you need?
end in like a... punching him through the throat, him gurgling to death. I
well,
mean...
it's back and scapular deltoid.
So it's gonna end with her breaking his back and then like ripping his scapular deltoid out. There's plenty of.
An
8.
That's a wound.
hit.
All right.
Okay.
There's only...
And so that wasn't
3
a
more.
failure, right?
Yeah.
So discard that guy.
One
And
more.
that was 8 because I needed 6 or
Yep.
more.
You got this. That's not good. It's not cutting it.
So what's going to happen with the failure?
He is going to full move forward in a straight line.
Oh, I spent my survival.
Here's the good news. He's gonna come back.
I thought I was trying to run away.
The bad news is he's going to come back stronger.
No, he'll
is
still
he
be able to
sniping me?
reach her. He just did a full move, so
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
I'm
kidding.
at
So he's not going to like do
9.
that teleport thing.
I'm at 9.
pick target. Closest threat facing in range. There's not one. Closest threat in field of view. There is one. You will pick target. You shouldn't be at 9. You should have been at 8 because I just did a full movement away from him. So, however far I failed to move. Speed 2. Accuracy 5+. Damage 1 each. There is an after damage. That will be 1 hit. The monster playfully bats around the survivor. They suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level. So drop your insanity by 2. You will take 1 damage to 1 location, 1 damage to the waist.
Oof, okay, that gets me a heavy hit.
Oh, so actually
You get knocked down. You're knocked down.
Unless
She
can
can't
I
survival
dodge?
herself,
no, I
can she?
You
can't.
can't dodge, no.
Can't dodge.
Can't block.
Oh, she could have. You could have backed up and blocked.
Oh, that's right.
So you would have went 1, 2, 3.
I would have been in range though.
You
No.
you would have been able to be targeted. He wouldn't have been able to reach you. So put that back to nothing. Because it doesn't closest threat in field of view. He still would have been able to pick a target and move.
Oh, so that one doesn't.
But
do
then
snip.
she jumps out of the way, basically.
Oh.
No,
I
no,
jumped out
she
of the
was
way during
already
my
back
attack.
and guarding.
We
He
forgot.
ran forward, turned around, and he's now running at her.
I've been
Okay.
so good about guarding, and
And
this was
now
the one time I forgot.
You're
Alright,
going
we're
to
good.
come forward and punch him in the face, I assume.
So he doesn't do his warpy thing, though?
No, because he can select a target.
Okay.
It was if she was in his blind
Alright.
spot, he would have then
Oh.
had no one to target.
Punch, punch, punch.
2 hits.
Perfect
2
hit.
hits.
Perfect
Gives me
hit.
a plus 4 strength.
Oh, this is like 2 damage, almost guaranteed. You need 2s. What do we got?
Famous
Beast's
last
head,
words.
Beast's temple.
And do I do one at
Do
a
the
time?
head first.
Do the head first.
Heal.
I don't care. I'm committed. 8
a
to the
wound.
head.
To heal.
I mean, they're basically the same body part.
To the
Keep rolling
temple.
this one. 'cause
Uh-huh.
It's doing good for me.
Uh-huh.
All right, and I'm going to jump back.
Yep.
So we know his last AI, by the way, is the Batarang.
Yep. So she backed up. This then gets drawn. Now he's going to do what he just did. So he is going to move forward here.
Is it a
He's
hit though?
going to swing. Well, we haven't got there yet.
Okay.
2, 5+. So the hope is you get to block one of these.
Yep. Yay!
You do. You
Yep.
block that crit.
Yep.
Nothing, no damage goes through. That means there's
Yep.
no after damage. He is
But-
still going to grab and move.
Which
Which
also
knocks
How
her
does
down.
that work? She's going to get knocked. Is she just going to be drug around now? No, he might sniff and come back stronger if there's no discernible target. Because this one,
just as this closest survivor.
these are all threat. These are all closest threat.
Okay,
So that's how this will work.
Okay.
So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
your limp body's in front of him.
Pull you in front of him. You're going to take 2 damage to a single location. 2 to the waist. That's 1 on this, isn't it?
So I get 1 heavy and then 1 severe.
Yeah.
I can always ignore my second severe after my first one.
Yeah.
That's true.
I have that thing that. Why my waist every time?
So
My
close.
legs are so strong. 3.
3 on the waist. Bleeding kidneys. Gain 2 bleeding tokens.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We're all fine here, except I can't stand up.
Yeah. So that ends his turn. You're knocked down. You can't do anything. No one can stand you up. Goes back to his turn. This is also another.
You
This
did
is
take a damage thing.
yeah. This is what he selects. He will then do sniff. So go ahead and read sniff.
The white Gigalion leaps high, vacuuming the air into its sensitive nostrils. It awakens the battle. Its awareness of the battle intensifies as he gains +1 accuracy and a +1 luck tokens. Does he even need luck? Luck only impacted crits.
Apparently, no, he does not need luck.
There's-
Based on how
there's-
many of us he's
Place the
There's-
monster in the
shreds.
center of the showdown board facing the most survivors. Shuffle the hit location deck and place the Gigalion pendulous pouch on top.
I would have to check exactly what luck does for creatures. I know
So-
I know it does something.
See if you find the pendulous pouch. It's the one that has the picture of the Gigalion on top.
That one.
Yeah.
That goes on top.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Which
a
is-
terrible one to go on top.
+5 tough.
And
If
then
you crit it though.
give him a +1 accuracy and +1 luck token. They come over here, so it's going to be even easier. He's basically going to hit you on 1s.
+1 accuracy.
Is
+1 luck.
a natural 1 an automatic miss?
Yes.
So
And a 10 is always a hit. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Now I stand up because it didn't happen during this turn.
you do stand back up.
I've got nothing to do but move.
You can't reach him.
And can I reach the fuzzy? Not quite.
No.
Can I go behind? I could go behind here.
You can.
So,
'Cause
but then he's just going to sniff again. And he's just going to become even stronger again.
It's fine, she'll be closer then.
But accuracy is not going to help him any because he's already
not much.
because everything hits on a 2, right?
Then those do block line of sight.
Yeah. No, this one's an accuracy 5+. It does help this one card. This is the only card in the deck his accuracy helps him. So
No, those little stone columns don't
Yeah.
block line of sight anyway.
okay. So I mean, so basically, either he can get to you or he can't. So if you want him to not get to you,
If he gets to her, there's as long as she's blocking, there's a chance she still gets to strike him.
Yeah.
No, because
he grabs him.
he's gonna grab and
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
And then it'll be another full cycle turn of me
Yeah.
down
Getting
before
knocked
I get
down
up.
and
Which is actually kind of okay as long as he stops hitting my stupid waist.
but it's not okay because if he continues grabbing
It's
and
just
running
an
no
infinite
matter
loop.
what, it'll be a steady loop. The only chance is you
No,
But-
he's
but
gonna,
I'll be
you just
knocked
said
down,
he's going to
stay
grab and
knocked down.
run and then spawn back to the center.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not
gonna
a
spawn at
target.
the center. She's going to stand up. So basically, I think it's either we move her out of range where he can't get her and he spawns to the center, or we let him get a free attack in.
he's not going to spawn to the center because he can find a target
But it's closest threat.
So once he knocks her down,
once he knocks her down. So you just need to be close to the center. 'Cause
Okay.
that's the only way you could potentially hit him.
All right.
So you just rush in there.
Yep.
Where do you want? Just anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Blocking.
shields up.
Shields up.
He's coming for you. 2. Hitting on a 4 this time with 1 block. 1 block. There's no after damage. He is going to grab and move. So
But 6 away from all other. There are no other.
there are no other. So does
So
he
does
just
he
grab
just
and
grab
knock her? No, he's still going to move, right? He's still going to run with her.
But to where?
So do you think he just grabs her?
Maybe. I mean, it just says
Just grab him.
and then full move away from all other threats. But there are no other threats, so does it really even matter?
So grabs and knocks her down.
No. Suffer 2 damage to a location. Yes. That's okay. It's your heavy.
It's in my body?
Yep.
Okay.
You're already.
So it's 2, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's light and a heavy. I'm okay. What does that mean?
Means he... Zoop.
Now you stand back up.
So then he gets another +1 accuracy token and another luck token. You stand up.
Do I, though? Because...
Because that was the end of... He basically...
He just did another turn.
Closest threat facing.
Oh, okay.
Closest
Okay.
threat in field of view. No target he sniffs. He goes back to the center. And you stand up. And now
Okay.
you get to attack him.
Time to attack! Move and attack, I guess.
Where do you want to be? Go here.
Okay.
Wait.
Nope, because then yep, yep.
Just be adjacent.
I want her to back up into the grass.
Ooh.
But it's not
that'd
gonna
be
work.
fun.
It's not quite going to work.
Because they have to back up 3,
Wait.
so...
No, because then you'd back up this way. Okay, just
I'll back up
anywhere,
over the grass.
wherever. Just face him.
Yeah.
Punch him in the face.
I got 2.
Sharpen it. Please.
Six.
Please
6
sharpen.
plus.
Wounds wins.
Alright, I got 1 6 plus.
Okay.
And we knew that was coming.
Alright. And this is the...
Crit.
You have to crit it.
You have to. Just a gentle whisper. It's not a crit.
Nope, not a crit.
I don't think we had a single crit this whole game.
No, we didn't crit this guy this entire game. Whoop.
Oh, wait, I had my attack. So I can go back and shield.
No, because this is resolving this.
So reaction.
His reflex. You suffer grab. To the head. To
Oh,
the
that's
head. It's all
I
right.
got plenty hit.
As a bloodthirsty
Because
though.
now he.
Alright, so that was during my turn. So now it's
Yeah.
his turn.
And
Now he does bloodthirsty to you.
He does bat... Oh.
Oh,
Because there's damage.
well,
Sure,
yeah.
that's fair.
And it just says closest survivor. So you are closest survivor.
One hit, one location,
Foot.
one to the foot.
Just one to the foot? That's
Uh-huh.
fine. I got so much foot.
Then,
Then-
he's gonna
Foot
spawn
health.
to the center for another +1 accuracy.
Whoop. Okay.
And then you stand up.
Oh, good.
And now can you even reach him?
Check the grass. What's the grass's condition? If you are standing on the space occupied by called grass, you disappear into it. If you have the priority target token, then remove it. You are not a threat until you attack or move out of the space by tall grass.
Also, 5, I'm 2 away. I can still hit.
Well, you could. Yeah. Move into the... Well, here's the question.
If you don't kill him, then he's going to teleport to the center again because he has no target again.
And gain
So
more
just-
stuff.
If you attack... Yeah, you might as well attack him.
Just
Yeah.
kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how luck modifies anything.
I don't either. 'Cause I don't know what luck does for monsters. Or is he?
It may be a counter to your luck, possibly. Like it's
Well, I don't have any luck, so...
like if you have 2 luck, their luck could counter yours. I think that might be how it works.
We want to do this instead of me blocking?
No, just hit him.
No, just hit him.
Please just hit twice. That's.
I get
One.
1.
Wait. Flesh again.
Just crit it. Just, I mean,
We're due for one.
yeah,
due,
we are.
statistically.
We've earned it.
Is that even damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Alright, so from now on he's just doing the basic act.
Which we can't game as much.
No, because he won't teleport. He's always going to target you.
But I'm secret in the woods.
You're not,
You
No.
attacked him.
because you attacked him.
But I can now have a shield and go backward and
You
have
might
a
can.
help.
hit.
You can go backward, but he's still going to grab and run and do all that stuff.
Yeah, he still has that trait.
Basic,
Yeah.
he's going to come forward.
Attack
2.
2 hits.
2 hits. One of them, both of them hit. Right? Both of them hit. 1 damage to the foot, 1 damage to the waist.
Okay, waste is critical.
Where'd that book go? Open it up, Sarah.
7.
Broken hip. Your hip is dislocated. You can no longer dodge. Suffer -1 permanent movement. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a bleed token.
Okay.
It's just gonna bleed us all to death.
I've actually only had like 1 or 2 survivors bleed out. Usually they get something.
But don't worry, next time I can ignore the second one if they happen in a row.
Yeah, here's
Now he's done-
here's the
Here's the
problem.
problem.
He grabs you.
He's gonna.
Right, this location. 1 to the head or 2 to the head.
That's a severe.
Yeah, let's
right?
roll on that book.
Uh-oh. Grand finale for
Wait,
I
the
feel
Lion.
like we're
Does the
pretty
second-
close though. Like I'm
Does
not.
the second...
Well, we got
is
caught
this
in
in
a
the same
real-
thing that would allow me to ignore my second severe?
Yes, but this is your first severe.
Oh, I meant change with the other severe that I got. But
Oh,
no, this is
no.
a separate...
Yeah,
now
this
it's
is a
This is
separate.
a drag.
2.
2 to the head.
Head explosion!
Oh, good! I didn't bleed out!
Your head erupts in a shower of gore, killing you instantly. All other survivors, if we were alive, are so disturbed that they lose 1 survival.
Well, it was an epic finish for the lion.
Yeah.
The white Gigalion joyously rends the corpses, romping through blood-soaked tangles of limbs and organs before consuming what is left. Randomly determine which survivor's head is stashed in the cache hidden under its rock.
Well, it's not
I
hers.
feel
'cause
like it's
gone.
not yours.
Oh my god, please.
So let's roll. Let's each roll. Highest roll. Get your head stored.
3. That sounds about right for this game.
Who's going to
8.
crit this time?
Okay, your
Well, there's
head.
my high
Your
roll.
head is being stored underneath the lion's rock.
Great job, Dan.
So the
Congratulations.
rookie stayed out the longest, both rookie in the game and
Yeah.
a rookie for the theme for the round.
That's true. That's true.
And then went out a glorious head explosion.
So here's the question, and here's the theory when we're doing final thoughts on this almost 3-hour showdown with the Gigalion. You guys had never played Kingdom Death before. Give me a little bit on your experience, your perception of the game at this point. What's your sense of things?
So I really like the theme and the aesthetics and the concept. I think is a unique way to do like a battle type game like this, where you're it benefits if you're out of your mind and stuff. The only things I didn't like about it were, and maybe it was just our game and the fact that 2 of us here hadn't played before, but there were moments when it felt like there was a lot of inactivity going on, which, like I said, might just have been our game because we were, checking some rules and really, thinking through some things. But there was one moment where like I didn't touch a die for 45 minutes.
So we are playing with 4 people, and we are collaboratively playing. So because you're
Right,
newer, you
right.
couldn't. We were giving way more
Right.
input on the decisions than you were. But another thing is, more typically than not, and I don't know if your experience is this way, I usually play with 2 or 3 people. And so we subdivide other tasks, like the rulebook management, the AI building, and playing 2 characters, because you always go out with a party of 4.
Right.
We'll subdivide those between a group of smaller people so that downtime might be a little bit lessened, but I don't know that it would be entirely lessened. I think there probably is a moderate amount of downtime if you get far away like you did. So...
And also, not all monsters move as far as he does, or constantly like that.
So that's the other thing is
the type of course
the-
will fight very
maybe it
differently.
was just this scenario, but the movement seemed finicky, and that alone caused us, I think, to be really thinking hard about would he go this way, would he go that way, and I feel like we spent a lot of time just trying to figure out which direction he would move, which isn't particularly a satisfying game experience.
That's fair, and he moves differently from the classic White Lion. In the core game, the White Lion is going to try to grab and isolate, but it doesn't run like this one does.
Okay.
The Antelope, however, which is another core monster, does move. When you get to level 2, it does move constantly.
Okay.
So the movement mechanic is a feature of one of the creatures.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts?
I don't like themes that have monsters and battles.
That's fair.
And so this is as fine as it gets with monsters and battles for me. Dice rolling is fun. It feels weird. I continually felt weird that speed was the thing that added the dice.
Yep.
Like, it feels like that should be a strength or a, the pack is coming with you. So that just like anytime said plus speed and you added a dice, like just didn't connect in my head. I think it'd be cool to be able to like gain these things and puzzle out the board because I'm a puzzle person. And I still am a little bit lost about how the grab worked because we were, you two were taking care of it and people were just kind of spewed around the board, which is fine. The survival was an interesting mechanic to be able to like participate with others. I don't think I think we could have strategized around it a little bit more.
Probably.
Because I had plenty to give, but then when I was falling down, no one could give me any. And so like one point you gave a survival and I should have been giving that survival so that we distributed that better.
So I can say this, the theme of course is going to be something that puts a lot of people off initially, right? Or just entirely.
Period,
like, we look at the game and we're like, that's why I got into it. But it also sounds like the part of the game that would be the most fun for you might not be the part we're playing. There's two other stages. There's kind of a lore and storytelling stage of the game, and then there's a third, equally, not as long, but equally as dynamic part of the game, which has to do with using resources, building out gear grids, planning the settlement, going through this process of kind of designing and perfecting a strategy. You were better than me at the strategy of even this, and this is your first showdown. So that puzzle-solving element might be more your style than a massive battle where we make fun of the fact that we can rip balls off. So...
Yeah. The other thing was the fact that you hadn't seen people bleed out and all of us did. Like, mostly I guess people have their heads explode or whatever, severe wound
more
otherwise.
often, yeah. But we were all rolling on those severe charts. We bled out because of the severe chart table.
Yeah.
It happened in this situation, but there's just as high of a chance that we would have rolled like a 1 or a 2 and been dismembered in some way.
Time. Okay.
So
I would echo though that I think it'd be interesting to do the other aspects of the game because I enjoy that part of gaming. The building a tableau or building a strategy or puzzling together a suit of armor. With the various abilities and stuff. I think that alone, deck builders and stuff like that, I really enjoy.
Well, it's really cool because. Like, it really does become a little puzzle that you're building out, and you're trying to figure out how to manage the resources. You're determining what you go hunt to bring back certain things that you need, whether that's hide or organs. This guy has some special resources that are available. So for people who have the Gigalion expansion, if we'd won, we would have been able to add another zone. This is a location that allows us to build gear. Every gear has different recipes, so you need certain ingredients to craft those. There's different unique items that you can get from hunting this. There's what's called a strain event, which basically is the way that you impact the ecosystem of the entire Kingdom Death world. There's no human history in the lore, so settlement to settlement doesn't carry over, but the environment changes the more sessions you play. And so this fight introduces this guy into your entire ecosystem, or at least this breed. And then you can see these are how the gear cards actually look. So the Gigalion comes with his own unique gear that you could build from hunting him. But we have a binder full of all of these different gear grids that build out this space. And then on top of that, you have this interesting management system. I forgot what I was going to say. I totally blanked on where I was going with that.
I think you're getting as the whole resource management, and you can't build out all of this at once. So again, this would be after days of play, multiple sessions hunting multiple animals to build out gear like this. So you start figuring out what do we need to get that person a little bit stronger with this, but still get that guy an item that's a weapon, and get that one a little bit of grease, monster grease, or.
But then specifically on top of these gear items, every card you have in the game, at least in the core box, is represented by a compatible miniature. So I don't know if either of you are into miniature building or anything like that. I wasn't until I got Kingdom Death. But you can see our models here have the exact gear that our player boards say. The same thing's true in the core game. You can build and customize and create the exact character you like to play as. So for a hobbyist out there, for a miniature builder, this game kind of came to fame around that concept as well. So Would you play it again?
I would never invest the tens to
Sure.
more than the 3 hours we did tonight.
That's fair. I really appreciate you giving it a solid run, though. Like, it was nice to be able to introduce this element of a game and kind of see your thoughts around it.
I'm much more of a like standalone
Yeah.
pieces.
What about you, sir?
I would want to try, like I said, the other aspects of the game, the building and the strategizing and the the character building and stuff. And I would be interested to try another scenario that was less dependent on what felt like really finicky movement rules, and the knockdown mechanic was huge in this one. And just in general, I'm not a big fan. I do think that there are creative ways, or at least numerous ways in the game to counter it, because all your players can help you get back up, that kind of thing. But kind of as a rule of thumb, I feel like stun or lose a turn type mechanics are kind of I don't want to say a lazy, but kind of a lazy game mechanic.
Not as interesting.
That leads almost exclusively to a negative play experience. It's roll a die, you don't get to play this turn. Which, like I said, there was a lot of ways where you could strategize around avoiding that or getting back up, which countered that, because that actually kind of made me nervous at first when we first started playing. It was like immediately it was everybody gets knocked down, he's going to scoop everybody up and run away and knock them all down, and I was like, oh, this could be a drag. But right off the bat, it was like, all right, you get that person up, you get that person up, and everybody keeps fighting.
Would you all have preferred a shorter, easier session with way less rules and overhead? Or did you feel like this was okay in terms of experiencing the game? Did we throw too much at you right away?
I don't think it threw too much at me, though as an intro, it probably it wasn't as straightforward as a typical intro might be, but I don't know that that's what you intended to do.
We're just kind of experimenting, honestly.
Right.
So I think if there'd been a better way to record keep, that instead of having to look here and here and here and here.
So I will say there is
consolidate.
an app that whenever I play nowadays, I usually use an app called The Scribe. It's a fan created app, so it's not official Kingdom Death, but it's got a lot of funding and a lot of support. It digitizes all of this information in a really, really kind of consumable way. That makes this accounting work a lot easier, especially if you're playing with lower numbers. Like if I solo, I can't run all this solo, but I can on the app. So,
Yep, that
there's a
makes
process.
sense.
From my sense of things, having played the White Lion and the core game quite a bit, and now playing the Gigalion for the first time, it's an interesting and really unique fight. It definitely combines mechanics from the Antelope and the White Lion. I thought it was difficult. I thought it was hard. I'm excited about the gear, and I like the theme and the lore and the story. I don't know if it was the best way to introduce both of you to kind of the game. It was fun, and I didn't feel like you guys struggled with it. But I think I'm probably a little bit more forgiving of some of the run and stall and like some of those mechanics that seem to slow down the game. I'm probably slightly more forgiving of those because, I've played so much that I'm used to there being weird periods of stagnation.
Right.
Because it's just such a long game to begin with. You kind of commit. Period. What's your sense of things? I'd love to hear your.
I'm just excited that Corinne got to actually play it, because whenever we do our Sunday morning sessions with two of my other friends, she would walk down, grab the dog, and walk out. So it was her first experience actually playing the game, seeing how the fights work for the Gigalion. I think we probably stalled a little bit just because it's been like 6 or 7 months since I played.
Sure.
So I personally had to refresh rules, and then at that point I was relying pretty heavily on you as a single person to kind of clarify a couple things, and that stalled some of the movement stuff. I'd fight the Gigalion again, mostly because...
Where do you think it fits in the space of the other kind of core creatures that you fought?
Well, you would not encounter this till mid-game.
True.
And so, again, without knowing how good the actual items are that he makes available, I don't know what the value is of hunting him mid-game versus if you're trying to finish out a Gorm armor set. Or I don't think you would ever introduce this if you're trying to do, like, the green armor or something like that. So I'm not quite sure where that would fit in instead of just a regular white lion to finish that armor set or something.
Does it vary the white lion play enough to, because that was one of the
'cause the white
solutions
lion
that
is
this
kinda
was, is that you hunt the white lion like 15 times in a
Yeah.
30-year campaign because you just need to.
Yeah.
This gives a variation to that,
It does, especially if they try to nerf the antelope pinata. So
which they are.
going to do.
Yeah, in the update of campaigns of death, they will be the only main core game change they're going to be doing is nerfing the antelope.
So
So
if you do want to vary it up for what you're hunting, then it might be fun to.
and we'll
do
have the
something.
Nucalope, which will be this version of the antelope. There'll be a I guess it's four lave antelope. Whatever the case, guys. Thank you so much for playing. I'm not going to keep you at my house any longer. It's been a significant amount of time. Everyone, if you've made it to this point in the video, you must really like Kingdom Death. So I don't know that I need to tell you much more about it. Either way, thank you for watching. I'm excited to be able to put out kind of the first little bit of Kingdom Death material. If you like this video and you actually made it to the final thoughts or this point and you'd like to see more Kingdom Death, I'm going to need you to like subscribe, share, leave a comment, because this was a lot of work to get out. And I'm willing to do it if there's a community out there that's interested in it. If not, I'll keep exploring kind of all the other board games that I'm doing and try to cater, the content I'm creating to whatever my audience is looking for. Whatever the case, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks.